I think the old magic found its way back into our world through a dream. Just a dream. Nothing more.
Your project is to identify everyone with talent?
Yes.
Even if it's just potential and even if they haven't used it yet?
Damn it, I shouldn't have told you.
Is that what it does?
You cannot breathe a word of this to anyone.
Amanda, do you have any idea what you're doing?
Yeah. Saving children.
We have to destroy it.
Are you crazy? That's my life's work.
A witch hunt machine?
Jesus, Whit. You were being so naive. This isn't some fairy tale. This is about saving people here in the real world.
Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the Metaverse.
I'm your host and GM, James Durham. Joining me at the table, I have Christian Doyle, Ethan Bourgeot, and Matt Vansel.
Hey!
Tonight,
It's us.
we begin the Planet Metaverse Invasion story arc. If you're new to Metaverse, don't worry, you don't need to have seen any of the previous seasons to follow along with this story. Though it will provide you with all kinds of great character insights and lovely background information on the things that you'll see. What is Masters of the Metaverse? First and foremost, it's big damn heroes. It's also the most audience interactive live stream RPG on the planet. That means that you, our viewers, can influence the story and action live right here as it happens. What is the Metaverse? Countless different worlds, some like our own, some completely different, connected to each other and influenced by each other. Many of our stories, our heroes travel from one universe to another, often sharing the bodies and minds of residents there. This is not one of those stories. This story takes place in our hero's very own universe, called Prime by some. I hope you enjoy what we have in store for you. As it is the most interactive live streaming RPG on the planet, we have a lovely story I'm going to go over for you. But before we do that, I want to thank some of our special Patreon backers. Brad Gabriel, thank you.
Thank you, Brad.
Marcus Johansson, thank you.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you.
Chris Piazzo, thank you.
Chris.
Thanks, Chris. I also would like to, we usually do a Patreon poll every week, but due to some complications, it wasn't able to happen. So one of our mods is going to run a poll in chat right now to replicate that for us, to give you some bonuses for the day.
Very nice.
While they're doing that, I'm going to talk to you all about this lovely store. I know it's new for some of you, and it might be new for some of you watching at home. Now, some of the items available today include the MetaSurge. Now, the MetaSurge is an expendable that you can use at any point in time to give yourself or one of the other players, or the GM, a bonus of 2 or a penalty of 2 to any die roll as it is being made.
Nice.
These are stackable, so if you wanted to use up 3 meta surges, you could give someone a bonus of 6 or a penalty of 6. Really don't want to get shot? It's a way to avoid it.
All right. I hate getting shot.
Moment of Clarity is a lovely way that you get to use smaller dice. We're going to be on the D10s today to make all your skill checks, but if you use a Moment of Clarity, you'll get to use the D8s instead. We also have our individual buffs, which I'm going to go over for each of our characters. For Mac, in his first appearance today, your buff is called Laser Focus. If Mac devotes his entire turn to a single action, any success he has is treated automatically as a critical success.
Ooh. Nice.
For Nick, we have a cuddly teddy bear. Foolish bravado comes naturally to Nick. If he fails at something stupidly dangerous, he can use his buff to re-roll the check with a +4 bonus.
Very nice.
And for Patrick, we have Once You Pop, the Fun Don't Stop. Patrick automatically possesses whatever items he needs on hand to create an improvised explosive device.
All right.
We also have the lovely dance party if you want us to be your dancing monkeys on screen. We will dance for you, we promise. It will be terrible.
You left that on the email.
Yes, I absolutely did.
Okay.
I knew you wouldn't have showed up if I would have told you that.
Fair play.
We also have one of my personal favorites, the Rule of Cool, where we would go through our cast and you each tell the most outlandish, ridiculous, physics be damned thing you want to pull off, and then our audience gets to vote on who automatically succeeds and who still has to try with a horrible penalty. And then if you really want to add something in, we have the Hack Attack. Decide that you don't like the way the story is going? Hack Attack. Decide that we need a talking giant robotic Winnebago that transforms? Hack Attack. Decide you want to flood things? Hack Attack.
That also happened.
It's all covered in that. Oh, and it looks like I have some results here back to give you your bonus for today. By a landslide, Matt, you're the winner here. You're going to get +30 bonus health for this session.
All right.
And you're going to get a +8 that you can use at any point during the session. Ethan, you are our second place. You're going to get +20 health.
Alrighty.
And you're going to get a +6 that you can use at any point during today's session. And then we're going to give you +10 health over there, Mr. Doyle.
Oh, good, good, good.
And a +4 that you can use at any point during the session.
Thank you
I
so
much. Include
much.
myself because I always lose the poll anyway.
I do like coming in third out of 3. Makes me feel really good about myself. Really.
Well, I could have included myself, so you would have been 3 out of 4, but...
You know my head is far too pointy for that,
true.
Mr. Vansel.
Now, I want to get you guys up to speed on some things in Metaverse, if it, is important to you, which it might be for some of the people who have been following season after season, and if not, it's a quick recap of some of the events that have happened so
A lot
far.
of Jaeger in your hair.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
9 months ago, a massive event occurred in Jarbidge, Nevada. This event temporarily closed off the Metaverse that we call Prime from all of the others. Being that this Metaverse, the Prime, is the center of the current Metaverse as it stands, this had catastrophic results. Objects, creatures, and strange effects from other Metaverses were pulled and trapped in our own. A United States government-formed task force, Planet Metaverse, was put into motion to assess, contain, and deal with these possible threats. The task force was also charged with locating and detaining a number of individuals linked to the events in Nevada, namely every known or suspected metapilot in the world. High on that list was one Nicholas Krieger. Nick, the Tempest events of the past year have been relentless. You have been tested and tested again, pushed to your limits, betrayed by those you thought were your allies, and discovered a strength within you previously thought unknown. The clumsy attempts of the Planet Metaverse Task Force to locate and detain you have been laughable by comparison. There have been many startling discoveries for you as well. To find out you had split into 2 individuals during the Battle of Zerati's Island, that was quite the revelation, followed by the terrible blow of learning that your old friends, General Thaddeus Jackson and Jebediah Lexington, had created a clone from your DNA in an attempt to manufacture and weaponize metapilots. Only to have that clone turn on them and seize control of the program.
I don't know how they didn't see that coming.
I know. So
I
obvious.
did. Totally
I don't know.
incorrect.
Then your friends just disappeared. Crash, Rosie, Jenica, Aquamarine, even Thomas and the newer pilots recruited from Project Metaverse simply vanished. At first, you thought that perhaps the Planet Metaverse goons had rounded them up, locked them down in some kind of facility. And after the cloning incident, it really wasn't hard to think that the general was capable of locking his own son up. But you couldn't find a single bit of evidence that proved that fact. In fact, so far, you haven't been able to find anything at all indicating where these pilots are. You've even infiltrated their secure facility on 2 separate occasions. And still, nothing. Jackson's primary team, a cybernetically enhanced John Stone, 2 FBI agents, Wendy Gates and Lizzie Foster, and strangely enough, Patrick, one of the FBI's most wanted, a notorious mercenary who you have worked with previously.
Yeah, that was actually that was good times.
That was good
That
times.
was good times.
Loved it.
Who also seems to be completely unaware of General Jackson's involvement with all these metapilots, including yourself. And also the program, the founders, and every other bit that these guys were deep into. Whatever is going on, he has hid most of these things from his little task force. Last week, though, everything changed. Multiple military and federal vehicles entered the Planet Metaverse compound, and they shut the facility down under direct orders from the President of the United States himself.
It was a
They
great
took-
honor. You're the best.
Well, James the First would have loved to give you a system shock, but well, then I have to give them a hashtag Nick Buffin 2 hashtag MetaSurge, and James, you are just awesome enough so you don't need our help.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. These federal agents and military personnel locked down the facility and took numerous individuals into custody, including the General and Jebediah Lexington.
Okay. Who's in charge then?
Shortly after, it seems that several of the task force field agents went into custody as well. Wendy Gates, Lizzie Foster, gone. John Stone, missing. But all that, suspicious as it was, wasn't what's really been bothering you. The lead agent during this whole Planet Metaverse lockdown clearly had the hazy outline above him of a metapilot. Something has truly gone wrong, and with your friends missing, it might fall to only you to solve this mystery. Currently, these agents seem desperate to locate Patrick, who went missing from his safe house moments before they were able to storm it.
James.
Oops.
So, this compound, who's in charge now? That they've pulled the general, they've pulled everyone.
It's hard to say for sure, but you believe that that agent who had that hazy outline of a pilot of him seemed to be the one in charge.
Did I catch the name?
You have not caught a name just yet.
Is there anyone? Where am I in the compound at this point?
Currently not in the compound, but observing it from a safe distance. With a metapilot in there, being on the vicinity might betray your own existence
Good
and
thinking.
get yourself into serious trouble.
That's it.
Patrick, Mac, the past 6 hours have been difficult, to say the least.
Welcome aboard to a new season. Please keep your dice trays deployed and character sheets ready. Have a pleasant invasion. Hashtag McBuff, hashtag NickBuff, hashtag Pringles Buff.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you very, very much. Mac was able to discover a presidential order for your arrest just minutes before federal agents arrived at your safe house. And using your pre-planned escape route, the both of you got out just in time.
Plan GTFO. Yes, we're familiar.
I remember that one. Trying to contact Lizzie and Wendy confirmed your worst fears. They too had been taken into custody. John Stone is missing. General Jackson and Jebediah Lexington are also in custody. Something is clearly wrong.
And I have no Winnebago, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, bugging out.
At first, you thought maybe it had been connected to your unscheduled trip to the Canadian Rockies, but this is definitely something more. Less than an hour after your narrow escape, your face began to appear on the local and national news channels. Escaped terror suspect Patrick Leibowitz O'Kelly, considered armed and dangerous. Public enemy number 1. This is bad. Really, really bad. Without any allies or knowing who to trust, you spent the past 5 hours switching stolen vehicles and avoiding areas with dense populations, traffic cameras, and any other form of surveillance. With barely any resources between the two of you, it's not going to be long before a federal dragnet's able to catch up to you. You can only hope the fake identity that you've established for Mac holds up long enough to get you out of the country. The question is, who can you trust? You've only been able to rely on one man here in the States when it comes to covert work, and no one has seen Nick Krieger in more than a year. And he has absolutely no reason to trust you. But what other options do you have?
None, apparently.
Needing to get in touch with him, you have gone to one of your old caches and hoped that he is still within reach. At an old bus depot on the outskirts of Charlotte, you were able to get one of your old burner phones and another fake ID, and hopefully you can get a message off to Nick.
I'm gonna try and text him using the same Tom text that we had from him before, and see if that works.
That was going through email, but yeah, that works very much so. Okay, you sent off the email, and we're going to cut over to Nick at this very moment. The email left for you had Patrick's telltale signs all over it. He's either desperate or it's one elaborate trap. You've been driving for 3 hours straight, pushing the speed limit to reach him in time, when the police band radio in your car lets you know you're just a little bit too late. All units, terror suspect Patrick Leibowitz O'Kelly has been sighted at the Gladmore Hotel on Alexandria and Statesville. Federal agents and tactical teams en route. Secure the area and wait for instructions. Phones are a liability, but you've got to call the number if there's even a chance Patrick is telling the truth.
First, I got to confirm that it's him.
It is that suspicious email chain from when you were working with Tom.
Okay. What seems to be the problem?
Let's see. Text back. Scared face. Proper fucked. Bomb emoji. Bug emoji.
I think that gets it across. Yeah, that's good.
What the hell did you do? It must be huge. The U.S. government called a white guy a terrorist.
Yeah. I dunno.
I can hear your accent through the text.
I type in it. Sorry.
Was it worth it?
Nothing happened. Everyone's gone.
It's been my conclusion as well.
But they can't find us, and so they're on us. Smiley face, heart emoji.
Eggplant?
Your place or mine?
Probably yours. They're on their way. Or did I rewrite they've already got you? If so, how are you typing?
One-handed. Smiley face.
With that message peeking through the window blinds for the 5th time in the past 10 minutes, nerves on edge, you nearly jump out of your skin. Outside, you can see a tactical team preparing to breach the hotel and seal the trap.
Yeah, they're here. They are here.
What's my ETA to the hotel?
About 6 minutes.
Do your magic. I'll be there in 3 minutes.
Okay, look for the hole. That's what she said. Smiley face, winky face.
Yep, that's Patrick.
Hard to deny that is most certainly Patrick. Either that or the best impersonator. I mean, even better than you.
All right.
This is bad.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but you recognize that, and I think that's very important to your education. Where's the C4?
Oh, it's backpack.
Backpack. Okay, I need
C4.
enough. I need enough for a foot thick, 6 foot diameter hole in brick. Cinder block, not brick.
You go ahead and give me a demolitions check to see if you can figure out what that is. This is a rather new skill that you have picked up in the education Patrick has been giving you.
Yeah, it's important. Learning.
He told you it was much more important than high school that you were currently enrolled in.
That is going to be a success by a factor of 8.
Excellent. All right, now,
It's perfect.
given the floor plan of the hotel, where's the best place to put a hole?
Here?
Except if the motorcade wasn't right there.
No,
yes.
you're right. That's load bearing, so we don't want to do this wall.
Correct.
We've got the one out to the little access path behind the
There's
hotel.
a baby.
Okay.
As I'm driving,
Yes.
I want to GPS find the nearest hospital next to their hotel.
There, in fact, is one not very far from it. Where he has chosen is where the 77 and the 485 converge, and there's a massive amount of freeway ramps, a hospital, a Walmart supercenter, and everything you could possibly need.
Perfect. I will call the hospital and yell in my best impersonation, General Suleiman shall be avenged. You shall drown in blood. And then I'll make the same call to Walmart.
All right. Will you give me a lying check, please?
Oh, please. Lying. Yes, I beat it by 9.
Oh, yes. And then for the Walmart as well. You get a +8 bonus because you're calling the Walmart with it.
It's a Walmart, and so then I beat it by 17.
So the success is critical with the Walmart. They immediately dial 911, as does the hospital. And again, over your police band, you hear these calls being called in and fielded, and they are sending numerous other patrol cars, which were being diverted towards this hotel, instead to deal with these possible terror threats.
Do you have a car? Question mark? Question mark?
With that text sent off, you hear the distant pop sound of flashbangs going off in the hallway, which gives you at least the comfort that they don't know which hotel room you're in at the very least.
That's good. Well, just to be sure, I am going to set the one next door on fire just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit, like, pour a little bit of the Molotov cocktail in the ducts there between the two adjoining rooms, and just book of matches, and just let the smoke take care of business there. Truly awful.
Should we check out, or at least tell the people that we're
No, man.
lighting it on? No?
No, little Mac, we're taking the laundry chute.
What floor are we on?
Oh, okay.
Christian, you might have come in third in the poll, but you're always number 1 in our hearts.
Oh,
Hashtag Pringlesbuff.
thank you.
That's the second time someone said Pringles buff. I am missing some necessary context.
The phrase is, once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Right, okay, yeah.
And now, I will take a moment also to tell you, if you don't want to use your buff for what it's intended for, you can use it at any time for a reroll on something that you didn't like the results on, including offensively. If you don't like how I rolled against you, you can make me reroll it again by spending that buff.
Well, that's nice.
Do I get to choose what kind of vehicle I'm in?
Absolutely.
All right.
As long as it would be something within a federal or police issue type vehicle. Not necessarily a patrol car, but anything that any kind of federal agent might have on hand. That's the body you're currently occupying.
Okay, APC then is fine.
That might be a little over the top.
Can I
a little
roll for that?
conspicuous.
It's a little conspicuous, okay. How about a Hummer?
Absolutely.
I mean,
All right.
right here in front of all these people?
I'll take the top down on it, and then text, what room are you in? What floor, I should say. This is necessary.
About to be sub-basement 1. Currently, 5.
5. Look in the back. Yeah, you're good.
Now, you did have Max set up the explosives. So is he going to trigger them, or are you?
Oh, no. No.
He's not ready for that just yet.
Come on.
I'm the only one with the burner right now, so I'll take care of the detonation.
You can hear the footsteps in the hallway getting close. They seem to be kicking in every door as they go, tossing in flashbangs and breaching and trying to secure a room. You hear women and other people scream as their doors get kicked in unexpectedly by federal agents. People are not going to have good nights, and some of their extramarital affairs are going to be discovered.
Oh, no.
All right. So,
But that's karmic
out the
retribution.
door. We're at the end of the hall, so we just take a left and then hold open the laundry chute, and we'll just do our best.
Sounds right.
You scared of heights?
A little bit.
Too bad.
Okay.
Here we go.
You go ahead and give me a demolitions roll for that explosive.
Well, let's see what we got. What does my buff do again when I pop?
You have the improvised explosive materials on hand at any time.
Okay, that's-
Even if, for example, you are completely disarmed and out of ammo and out of everything, you somehow have something to make a bomb.
Nice. And let's see, that's a 12. My demolitions is 18, so I beat it by 6.
That is more
Pretty
than good enough.
I will take it. If I beat it by 8, is that a critical?
It won't do anything additionally because you're just blowing up a structure at this current time.
Okay. Then I won't worry about it.
All right, the timing of your demolitions is absolutely perfect. You hit them just as they're kicking in the door.
Let's get the ball rolling. Whomst thought we'd have a partial plan already?
Whomstov?
Whomstov indeed.
Whomstov indeed.
Actually,
like
it's
that.
Worcester and Jeeves.
Oh, Whomster and Jeeves.
Whomstom
I like that
indeed.
even better.
Whomstovum indeed.
Ah, that was more progress towards a hack attack.
Yes, it was.
Oh boy.
They've already got a plan. That's
We're gonna have an Act 1 hack attack.
frightening. It's frightening, and I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
ETA to the
love
hotel.
You are still about 2.5 minutes
At this
out.
point, well, actually, sorry. When the emergency services are now being rerouted towards those fake bomb threats, I'll floor it.
All right. I'm going to have you make a driving check over there.
I don't have.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do, and I made it by 3. Because
You have a couple of, you're texting and driving and exceeding the speed limit and a Hummer, which is not really a practical vehicle for on-road pursuit.
6 miles a gallon.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of crimes.
And he's using all 6.
Yeah.
Not really sure what that means.
Your windows vibrate when that explosive goes off, and you can see the the 5th floor of the hotel, an entire wall explode outwards.
That's petty.
The entire hotel complex is surrounded. There are SUVs, cop vehicles,
Hi.
a wandering Odie.
So as it goes up, I'm going to take as much footage of the explosion as possible, text it to Patrick with heart smiley face.
There we go. All right, back down you go.
No, we don't keep.
Was
them under
I,
the
or
table.
was he just saving the best for last? And you never know. That's a good picture.
You get the message just about the time that you're getting to that laundry chute.
Okay, it's now the new background on my gram.
The thing is, the laundry chute is pretty small.
Right, but we're skinny bastards. We can probably do it.
It'll be fine.
Where are you? Point of egress?
It'll be sub-basement 1, so down by the alley. Back
You weren't
entrance.
kidding. Okay, so swing around to the alley.
Amazingly enough, your vehicle blends in quite well with all of these federal vehicles that have pulled up, and one of the FBI agents even waves you through as you pull through the parking lot.
Yeah, okay.
If I have to pour some vegetable oil down the laundry chute so we go down a little
that's
better,
right,
I'm in.
you know?
Be a lube man from Watchmen. Get in there.
That's right.
I'm going to want an athletics roll from you for stuffing Mac down the garbage chute. And then,
Okay,
laundry
do
chute.
I get a bonus for being just really fucking high?
That's going to depend. I mean, you could
Eternal
theoretically, if
question.
you read your little sheet, you have something that might come in handy.
Oh, yes. This reminds me of a time we were clearing out a tunnel downtown Talafar, Iraq. Terrible place. Worst food you ever had.
You're on an open frequency, dude.
The tunnel is made of this tubing that's corrugated. And we couldn't get through, but there was so much shit in the bottom. If you just took a running start at it, you could make it from one end to the other. As long as you went head first. You end up with a mouth full of shit, but you're doing about 25 miles an hour underneath the whole town. Pretty exciting. Will that give me the +2?
That will give you the +2 for I did a job once.
Is there really no one else available?
Still made it by 4.
Yep, the only person available is your least favorite person. I mean, among people that you don't want to kill.
That's okay. Well,
You're
okay,
able
no,
to feed Mac through and follow him through, just as you're spotted by some of the agents kicking in the doors, and a couple of bullets hit into the drywall
That's
behind
okay.
you.
I'll
as you
toss a
slide
little
through.
flashbang behind me. Right up through the...
Give me a demolitions roll, please. that might end up following you down the chute.
Oh, I'm recording.
That's why I threw a flashbang, because I don't want to die from it if I do miss. And that's in 10, so by 8.
That is more than good enough.
But it does a double effect, so.
Oh, in fact, it does, doesn't it?
Yep.
And then why does it do double effect?
Because I have demolitions expert.
Aha! Patrick, as a demolitions expert, achieves double the effect from his explosives. Again, you hear another one of those loud pops, and a little bit of the window vibrates.
That wasn't me!
They're storming into the building. You can hear from the police band radio and all the different short band frequencies. They're communicating with each other. They spotted Patrick. He was getting into the laundry chute.
Shotgun in one hand, filming in the other. This is one of the new iPhones, so this is a slow fee for when he comes out.
The two of you come storming out of the basement, going up a loading ramp, because they haul a lot of this stuff up in vans to be professionally washed.
Oh.
And just about the time you're reaching the top of the ramp, the Humvee slides into place. The top's kind of down on it, and he's got a shotgun in one hand, and he's obviously recording you with his iPhone in the other. Patrick, we got more cops.
He's going to land perfectly, like, right next to the car or right in it, however it goes. I'm going to be probably landing starfished on the windshield, all greased up.
Officer?
It looks like about a 16 or 17-year-old kid.
Yeah, I brought you a greased up teenage boy, just like you like.
I don't like that.
Good to see you too, Liam.
It's Patrick. You know that.
What's the name?
Mac.
Right.
Hi.
Mac, Ian, get in. Let's go.
Okay. Just as
It's
you are
Patrick.
hitting the accelerator, you are spotted, and the first few gunshots ring out as men open fire and others leap into their vehicles and attempt pursuit. We're going to start ourselves a car chase.
Yay! So, do you want to shoot or drive?
I'll drive, but I've only got about 3 miles left in the tank.
Fair. Sunroof, Mac, heads down. Heads down, loud noises. Mm-hmm. Earplugs.
I've got him in my pocket.
Patrick,
Pre-wrapped.
Patrick, there's a gift bag in the back. Go ahead and open that up.
Shit, you shouldn't have. Pull the seat back and...
A variety of confiscated firearms.
Oh, Santa got my letter.
They're all English, sorry.
You cock.
I'm not, sorry.
Let's start with some driving tests for the beginning of this hot pursuit.
Oh, right, I'm driving.
Yeah, you did this.
A couple of vehicles are going to try and cut you off before you're able to get out of the parking lot.
I beat one by 6. Do I need to beat the other one?
No, I'm going to be going against your margin of success of
Okay.
6. And all 4 vehicles that make attempts, they're able to slide in, but not before you go around them to the outside. A couple of you even careen off the bumpers, and the last one, you just completely blow it out of the way because you're in a Hummer and they're in a squad car. Mm-hmm. But by the time you hit that roadway, they are right on you.
I'm beginning to regret my choice of vehicle.
Acceleration and maneuverability are not the strong points of this particular
right.
vehicle.
So you don't want him to follow drive through something.
However, the strong points of the vehicle immediately come into play as several rounds hit the outside of it and hit the armored paneling instead of blowing through into the interior.
I'm beginning to rethink my rethinking of choosing this vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your thing, kid? What do you do?
Stuff. I'm nothing really relevant to
He
this.
just dropped out into 12th grade.
Yeah, he's teaching me about explosives, so I blow stuff up. If you want,
Please.
that's probably the only relevant thing.
Maybe start with the guys
Basic
behind us.
firearms training, small unit tactics,
Well, do you want
hand-to-hand combat.
You can. Yeah, it's relevant if you give me a gun. Do I get a gun?
It's not in a gift bag, but check in the back there.
Let's get some initiative rolls from everyone. Shall we?
Nothing fully automatic. I mean it.
Okay.
Responsible parenting's my new thing.
15.
14.
15 for the driver, Nick, which matters quite a bit. 14 for Mac.
Oh.
And what about yourself, Patrick?
I got 11, 15.
15 for Patrick. And unless you guys want to roll off for it, decide among yourselves who is going to act first.
I'll roll.
All right.
16.
Is that a 1 or
No, that's 13.
Yeah, that's a 1. Okay, so 13.
You win.
Yeah, I
All
got
right. So I'm going to
14.
put you at 15.5, and you will be going first in the beginning of this round, Pat.
Okay. How many cars did you say there were?
There are currently only 3 that are in immediate pursuit, but there are several more pulling out of that parking lot. You're going to be chased by the Blues Brothers in no time here.
Well, I'm gonna wait till we get to basically the ramp where it starts like bringing us back down around to ground level. I want to make sure that there is a hole to the level below us shortly after we go over it.
Give me a. Oh, you're going to create one. Okay.
Correct.
Oh, I
Yes.
see. Okay.
Using boom boom
All right.
and not the way the little kids say it, because that would just be
Oh.
poop.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
And that's a 9, so I beat it by I double it. Yeah, so
That is quite the explosive device you craft and toss out the window ahead of the car, then explodes, detonating quite loudly, blowing an entire chunk of concrete out of the way, creating another convenient exit ramp from this parking lot that wasn't there, which is great because the exit ramp there is quite blocked by several squad cars. We'll get to you next, Nick. Can I get a driving check for the very beginning before you attempt anything else?
Sure, still on 10s?
Still on 10s, unless we have a clarity in the store you want to use.
Oh, I
do
think
not.
that's a beat by 1, so I think I'll use my +8 and beat that by 9 instead.
Your driving is perfect, as I'm assuming you're going through the
The
opening
new-
created
Yes.
by Patrick. It's a little rough going through, but again, one of the strengths of the Hummer comes through, and going over the broken and uneven terrain doesn't really slow the vehicle down that much, including the several foot-long sections of rebar and concrete that were still there that the vehicle just blows through. You might need a paint job later, but it's not really your Humvee anyway, so who cares?
This is not a commuter vehicle, but it has its perks.
Not
Get
a
on the
rental.
horn, call over to the hospital and to Walmart. Hostiles incoming! Explosions! Evac now! Evac! Evac! Evac!
Is that the
And
hospital?
then I steer towards Walmart.
Who'd you call though? Is that the hospital? Oh, you brilliant bastard. Such a bitch.
You love to see it.
Mac, I'm going to go to you next before I get to the pursuing vehicles.
Great. So they're following us up through the little crater that has been made, right?
Yeah, they're going to attempt it on their turns to make driving tests. Those squad cars are going to have a little more difficulty.
Film this. I can't in the rear view.
Right. I would like to, if it's possible, hold until they're coming back up out of the crater and then try and fire at the undercarriage to see if I can sever anything like brake lines, something in the engine block. Just generally make driving harder for other people.
You give me a shooting test, and because of the degree of success at Nick's driving, I'm not even going to give you a penalty for shooting in a moving vehicle.
Alrighty, I'll take that.
And remember, shooting into tires is a sucker's bet.
They're probably Kevlar anyway. That is going to be success by a 4.
Says by 4 is more than enough. That as the first one of those patrol cars comes through, which I'm going to get to them and make their attempts to drive through this gap that is not really intended for patrol cars. But the first driver really just gets it perfect and gets in that gap right behind you. And as it comes up, the fire rakes through the bottom of that undercarriage. You don't think you hit anything too vital, but you're pretty sure it went through the floorboards. And as it careens off to the left, you're 100% certain that you just shot a man.
I'm gonna sink back into the seat and carry on.
First time shooting at cops, kids? You get used to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry.
The second driver isn't as lucky, and as he kind of tries to gun it to go into the gap created, he doesn't judge the gap very well and hits the edge that's sticking out and spins around in a complete 180, crashing into another onrushing patrol car and creating a wonderful collision behind you.
Okay,
That's
Connor,
gonna make
kid,
it.
you're tied at 1-1. Whoever wins chooses where we go to dinner.
It's Patrick,
Ooh.
Nick.
I know.
But the third driver is on it and navigates the gap, goes around the wreck, and is coming alongside very rapidly.
Squad Car 6 came to play.
Mm-hmm.
And as they come alongside, the cop in the passenger seat leans out the side and he fires a 12-gauge shotgun at the vehicle.
How far are we in the lead?
About 15 or 20 meters.
Okay.
Oh,
You're twice. It's twice.
If you're just joining us, we're Zombie Orpheus Entertainment, or Zoe, and the Metaverse is real. The members of the Secret Government Task Force have found themselves on the run from their own agency as they race to stop an invasion from another world that they know nothing about. Hey, back in the action. Yes, Cop Car 6 did come to play. As he races alongside, buckshot unloads, but just like the first shooter, that armored plating on the exterior is particularly resilient against something as like shotguns and small arms fire. They're going to need to bring a bigger gun to
Okay,
this
roll down the
gunfight.
window. It's too small caliber. Come on, get your head in the game.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Are we antagonizing the police now?
You already shot him, kid.
Just us. I mean, except for the one you're probably killed.
That was not on purpose.
No, that's what we call
Get me a
collateral
gun, he
damage.
says. I'm ready for it, Patrick. He says, but you're a boy.
Working on it.
Patrick, we're going to go back to you. There are more cars joining in the pursuit, but only that one car is right on top of
And that car just shot at the driver's side?
No, the passenger side shot at the driver's side of your vehicle.
That's the side that I'm on.
That
and
is
there's
correct.
a child in the back seat.
There is a child in the back seat.
That's unfortunate. Okay, well,
One you've sworn to take care of.
yeah. I am very angry about this. This is not okay. You need to put a baby on board sign up or something. And I roll down the window and I pull my shotgun out. It's not mine. It came out of a bag, but
It's yours.
it's not my little Bessie. But I roll out the window. I go and just ask if they have any Grey Poupon, and then I fire like a bunch.
You are capable of making multiple shooting attempts if you want
I'm
to
going
do
to
so
try.
at penalty.
I'm going to attempt two
shooting attempts. All right.
You
shooting
see,
attempts.
kid, write this down. The key to vehicular combat is to have a high enough gauge that will do damage to the vehicle without the rapport damaging your momentum.
Slug ammunition helps.
Big shot.
Even with the penalty, that is still quite the success.
Yeah.
Are you shooting the vehicle or the gentleman leaning out the passenger side?
I know that I'm not going to break a car with a shotgun, but I can break a guy with one.
Absolutely.
I'll try and hit him in the vest to be nice, as he is law enforcement.
That is by enough of a degree of success that you can precision, even in a moving vehicle, manage to hit him in the vest.
I'm taking a point away for that.
Well, I'm supposed to be a role model here. I don't want the kid
And
killing
while
cops every chance he gets.
The shot is perfect and dead on with the vest, and you're sure that not a single bit of it blew through. The impact pulled him the rest of the way out of the moving vehicle, where he hits the concrete and does a bounce roll just as one of the other squad cars comes in, and he impacts it and goes up and over the roof of it.
See,
Never mind, still dead.
Kid, the difference between irony and coincidence is, oh, hang on. How far away from the Walmart?
You are less than a block.
All right, I'm looking for the crowd of evacuees.
There are people screeching tires pulling out of this Walmart. There are squad cars that are already there from a terror threat that got called in just a few minutes ago.
Which is weird. We don't know where that.
I don't know. That doesn't make any.
That is weird. Who could do that?
And will everyone give me a notice check if you have the skill? If not, roll against your mind score.
I beat it by 8.
I made it by 1.
I beefed it.
All right. Well, you're not really versed in the whole car chases and hot pursuit
This is
thing,
all very
so
new. I've killed
you're
a man
really
today.
concentrated
Can you
on
even
the
drive?
events at hand, and you don't notice that what both Nick and Patrick notice is that telltale sound of rotor blades of a helicopter closing in.
Hey, Patty.
Yeah, I got it.
You take the wheel, or do you want to do the thing, or should I do the thing?
Oh, your thing works better than my use. Do you
I
still
haven't done
do
the
that
thing
thing?
for a while. I do the
Yeah,
thing.
the only thing I do is steal grenades.
I'll need you to take the wheel for a second, okay?
Yeah, baby. Here I go.
very confused.
All right, if he's going to be jumping out, I'm going to need you to make the driving test since you're taking over the wheel, but you're going to have to take it at the multi-action penalty of having a third action this round.
I realized that, but I didn't take the second shot, so I don't know why I would.
Oh yeah, you were right. So, but you're still taking the multi-action penalty.
There'll still be a multi-action penalty, and I'll still do it. That's 12 on my driving is a 16.
Still
That's
able
right
to pull it off
on the money, baby.
by a margin of 2 for the case of pursuit. You swap spots very rapidly while still achieving a very high rate of speed in this Humvee, screaming into a Walmart parking lot. I believe
Never drive with your feet, Mac. It's a terrible idea.
Right. Well, the man that was just driving a second ago, Nick, goes seemingly catatonic.
Did we kill another cop on accident?
Not an accident.
Nick, it's been a while since you've flown a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes
Actually,
you a
I
second.
don't care.
It takes you a second to adjust.
Uh-huh.
But you are in a police helicopter.
All right.
There are 4 people on board. One of them is manipulating a searchlight, trying to put it directly on the Humvee as they're in pursuit. Another is getting a rifle ready. They both are harnessed in, nice and safe and secure, as one should be when riding in the side of a helicopter with an open canopy.
But how secure is really secure? In truth?
I'm curious as to what you're going to do now that you're occupying the body of this helicopter pilot.
I hate to repeat myself, so I think I'll just eject.
Well,
It's like straight up into the rotor.
Well, the rotors will fall off.
yeah.
He'll go up. The rest of them have a chance at survival.
That's very nice of you.
Wow.
You're a role model.
Thank you.
Oh, he's winning. Now
That's all I'm trying to be.
And as I eject, I yell, "Tony the Tiger was right!"
Can I get an athletics test from you?
I don't care. Oh, I biffed it by 2.
That's all right, because you again said you don't care.
Soup.
You grab hold of it and yank it, triggering the ejection sequence. The rotor blades launch off in several different directions. A warning siren lets out. And your trajectory is just a little bit off, and the timing is just a little bit off. And the impact is bone breaking, and you can feel the neck of this body snap as it hits the upper part of the canopy, which is just a little slow in breaking away.
Goosed.
Am I back in the...
And then you're back in your body as it's racing along.
I'm currently trying to push you out of the Humvee right
Nick,
now.
that's about the most horrible thing I've ever seen.
Thank you.
As usual.
Welcome back.
Hi, how you doing?
Mac, what are you doing in this process?
I'm going to reach into the duffel bag of shenanigans, pull out whichever gun looks like it shoots the heaviest bullet, and start aiming for the
Go ahead
center.
and give me
That
a
would be
mind check.
Ginger. You want Ginger.
Ginger bullet.
No, Ginger's the gun.
Ginger gun.
Where'd you find this kid?
I will
Long
meet with a
story.
10.
That is good enough. You remember some of the basic lessons that Patrick was teaching you about firearms. You have never been a fan of the shooting games, so you don't have a lot of the knowledge that some of the kids your age have of them. But you do know enough to know that this really large rifle fires a really big bullet.
I know enough to know that's going to spiderweb some windshields if I hit it center mass.
Good boy.
Give me a shooting test, please.
I will. For you.
My sister was a pilot.
That is going to
Very
be success by 6.
Success by 6. And on this pursuing squad car, tell me exactly what you were wanting to aim for. Because that is quite the margin of success.
I am intending to simply aim straight for the middle of the windshield so that it'll spiderweb and they can't see through it anymore. Because I'm not trying to shoot anybody else. 1 person a day is enough for me right now. Thank
Good
you.
boy.
Thanks.
Got a heart in that one.
The 50
Good
caliber
heart.
round blows through the windshield, completely shattering it, creating about a foot wide opening where it just pulls the glass through from the speed of the round, then going through the cage, which protects the rear compartment from the front, then going through the back window and creating another large crater in glass, and continuing down to hit yet another squad car, this one not so dead center.
So, I probably should have asked, but does Ginger do the thing where she'll rip flesh off of anything it passes?
Yes.
That's how that,
He's a
that's how
50
that
cal.
works.
That's
I
what
mean,
you-
just...
And that's where, as the second part comes into play, it's not quite dead center. It's a little closer to the driver's side. And as it tears through the next squad car, The velocity of the round rips off half of the face of the driver of the pursuing car before going through yet another protective barrier between the compartment and the rear, and then another windshield, and then another side of the Walmart, where it ends up somewhere in the gardening section of that Walmart.
Mac, in between heaving, I'm gonna ask.
I need a body check from firing that weapon, please. You are not a big person, and
Mac.
this is a large caliber.
I fail.
He ended up in the front seat with us.
You are now in the front seat, looking up.
Are we counting dead people or cars?
That one is too big for you.
Yeah, no, for the restaurant.
You've
thing.
killed like 5 people in 2 shots. That is an incredible ratio.
But which one are we counting? The cars or the dead people?
Right now, you're ahead. Now put the gun down.
Okay.
We're right here at Walmart. Do we need to get a car seat for him?
At that point, the helicopter impacts the ground in an intersection, explodes horribly.
I forgot I did that. Sorry.
I didn't notice it didn't hit us.
You did kind of see in the rear view mirror that one of the gentlemen on the side, the one manipulating the spotlight, before it hit, managed to leap free. He probably only has some broken bones.
Right.
It didn't look like that the guy on the rifle or the co-pilot were able to make it out before
One of them made it
impact.
out. Good deed for the day done.
And it hit 2 of the cars that were kind of fleeing the Walmart, just civilian vehicles, engulfing them in a fireball from the jet fuel being ignited from the helicopter.
You know the crazy thing is, they're going to blame the terrorists that aren't here.
I am the terrorist. That's
Oh
not
shit!
here.
I
We're the
forgot. I'm sorry.
terrorists. No, this one's us.
That was I did not think that.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I did not take all of that.
It's never boring with you, Nick. I'll say that.
That explosion combined with an officer missing half of his face, then turning into another car, creates an almost a Blues Brothers-esque pileup of more than 10 squad cars and federal vehicles impacting in each other behind you. As you screech from one end of the Walmart to out the parking lot side of the other, there is still only one car managing to keep pace with you. This one, however, is about 70 meters back, as he had to drive around the whole impact zone.
Is it Squad Car 6 or did they wreck?
He wrecked with the one shot,
Yes.
but clearly survived.
Damn it. Why don't we let Squad Car
Well, we
6?
like Squad Car 6. They
Oh,
were the
we
ones
do.
who were playing. They made it actually out of.
They posed
Exit 1A.
they posed the biggest
Right.
threat. You did fine.
Shucks. Jinkies. Well.
So we're going to get back to a top of the order with Patrick.
All right. So what do we have on us?
There's only one car within about 70 meters, but as long as a car is able to maintain pace with you, they have those lovely little radios, and they're going to keep calling for more units.
Oh, that's right. They have radios. I can scramble those, but I'm driving.
Yes,
I'd do
you
it.
are currently driving.
I can-
So unless you want to swap out, I'm going to need a driving test before you do anything else.
I am gonna swap out, but Nick, you're armed, right? It's a stupid question. It's a stupid question.
Is Nick Krieger? Of course
Yep.
he is.
Okay, so
You
since
know
we are
what Krieger means, right?
no,
War.
I only
die.
speak English and Hebrew. That's right on my sheet.
Mazel tov.
All right, I'm going to attempt a full-on 180 power slide, so I can
In a Hummer.
That's
In a
correct.
Hummer.
That's been shot.
I'm an excellent driver.
Hey, I'm
Only a little.
Sorry, you're lying.
Predominantly
Only a little shot.
Winnebagos.
not
So-
really married to this body, so it's fine.
You've seen what I can do in a Winnebago. This is a much smaller vehicle. And I made it.
Success by a margin of 3.
Mhm.
You turn into a power slide, and it kind of skips a little bit. It's not really meant for these kinds of maneuvers. But you
now,
do manage
But
to
now
pull
we're
off-
going in reverse.
You are facing your pursuing vehicle.
Great. And I didn't announce a second action, so that's all I'm doing this round.
All right, we'll go to Nick next. You're now facing this car, about 70 meters back, going in reverse.
I am just to be clear. You gave me body jumping as an ability and not as a boosted ability.
It's not a boosted ability.
So I can just do that now.
You can just do that.
So why don't we just do that now?
It's a.
You can do it.
What is it? Because it's a check of some kind, right?
I don't know. It just says ability body jump.
It will depend upon the circumstances. For Think of it like, not to use a Star Wars reference, but a Star Wars reference. When you're dealing with the weak-minded, it's much easier.
Oh man, that's like everyone. Okay. So there's only the
And
one.
yes,
car.
that is commentary on American law enforcement.
There is only one car in pursuit.
Currently.
All right, I'll take over the driver.
Quite easy to do. You're kind of got a great view. If for a second you're looking at this pursuing car, and then now you're looking at the Humvee going in reverse.
All right. I think I'm done. I'm done killing today. So I'll just romp on the brakes until we come to a complete stop. I will throw the keys as far as I can, and then I will shit my pants.
That is also commentary on American law enforcement.
Just to be a dick, you're gonna crap your pants.
Not my pants.
No, his pants. I understand.
You know, I know you're done with the whole killing thing, but as you hit the brakes, the second officer who was leaning out the passenger side, getting his AR-15 ready, he's not buckled in at this point.
Oh no!
And sort of
I
spins
did
out.
Pax. I broke myself before I got the line out.
Yeah, spins out the backside and does a few bounces. He'll probably live, but he might need some hospitalization.
Does he have to roll to shit his pants?
Yeah, I'm going to require a body roll to see if you can force him
Let me
to
do
crap his
demolitions. Come on.
pants. No.
Oh, that's
That's actually a critical success.
Oh no!
So usually I would have you go into detail, but I'm going to have you not go into detail about how that happened. No.
You've got 2 more hours to fill.
He's a writer. It'll happen.
Let's not go into that kind of detail. I'd like to keep the stream less dirty than that.
Yeah. And he charges by the word.
It can be dirty as long as it's sanitary.
Let's just say I dunked his donuts, all right?
Fair enough. You dunked his donuts.
Rickety cat, it's up to his ankles.
It's if they didn't tuck their pants in their boots, it wouldn't be a problem.
Vest ain't protecting you from that.
What
No.
did you
Exactly. I come back. Woo.
Again, this strange fellow went catatonic on you, Mac.
Do we push him out yet?
do? No, not narcoleptic.
Excuse me, wait. Do you want to see what I do?
Welcome back into
Keep
the
your
car.
mind out of that, boy.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
You're
what do
gonna
you
be-
do first?
If you're gonna meat puppet someone, do it to me.
You're driving.
Oh, I know. Not a great
And
idea.
he's more than likely on drugs.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, I'm so high. I'm seeing 3 of you.
Do you just faint? Do you just have like a fainting thing?
It's more like, are you familiar with how a ham radio works?
Yeah.
It's nothing
Sure.
like that.
Okay.
Okay.
He's a pilot, boy, like your sister.
You're like Maddie.
Little different. She could change shape. He can just jump into other people.
I don't know how much real difference that does in the long run, but
Oh, I can do the stuff
Okay.
that the D&D spells won't let you do because it's broken.
right, yeah, for sure. Okay, that makes sense.
Thanks for
Anyway,
speaking in a language you can understand.
back to
You got to be
cops.
able to connect with the youth.
I don't understand any of that with the D&Ds.
Should we switch vehicles, please?
Oh, that's a great idea, yeah.
You have temporarily lost pursuit. It might be a while.
And there's a whole bunch of
And we're at a
empty ones out
Walmart.
here.
This will be super easy.
Yeah.
in a Walmart that was just evacuating, so a lot of people didn't get the chance to return to their vehicles.
Mm-hmm. So take your pick, Patty.
Oh, I will.
Sorry, I mean,
I knew what you meant.
forget it.
Patty was actually the closest you've come yet.
Do you know if he's doing this on purpose? Or is he just doing it?
Oh, he does it on
The
purpose.
weird meat suit? Okay. The meat suit guy? Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking behind your back right in front of your face. And that's...
It's the only polite way to do it,
Here's
Matt.
the thing. This isn't actually my face.
We're good. So we're good. We're good, right? We're good?
We're good.
We're good.
Did this sleeve take any damage?
It has not taken any damage currently.
Well, all right.
I find ourselves a suitable vehicle. That is.
What criteria are you looking for?
I'm looking for something not too conspicuous, but not too slow.
We're at a Walmart in Charlotte, so see if you can find a truck.
Yeah, it should be.
There are a lot of trucks
Yep.
in the parking lot.
Give me
at the Walmart in Charlotte.
I'll take a crew cab like F-150, something white, you know.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Some
It's,
real
the
boring.
only real difficulty is finding one that doesn't have flags hanging from it.
Oh, I don't care about the flags. Those can come off. But if it's got a toolbox in the back, I'll definitely take it.
Well, we got to bring Ginger and her friends.
Yeah, that's what we need the toolbox for. Well, it'll have a gun rack.
That's true, yeah.
These
probably
guns
aren't
are-
registered, but they don't care about that here.
Some North Carolina, we're fine.
Because you're attempting to switch vehicles quickly, I want some kind of tell me how you're assisting in this process, whether through athletics, hot wiring the vehicle might be something under like covert operations. But each one of you, tell me how you're assisting in this rapid vehicle change before more law enforcement can arrive on the scene.
I'm using...
Well, the law enforcement's temporarily, we assume they're blinded. Because
Blinded,
something
yes.
happened to their helicopter.
Yes, something bad happened to their helicopter, something very, very bad.
I'm going to hack the computer with my phone to just give me access like I've got a key fob.
We should destroy this vehicle too. You want to run it into a pole or something?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay,
Do it.
good.
Get in there.
You want to do it, Mac?
I don't drive.
I know.
I can blow it up.
Good boy.
So you're going to hack in for the key fob for the theft. You're going to blow up the previous
We'll
vehicle.
blow it up. Just the engine block.
Then how about an athletics test for hauling the bag of gear if like Ginger and the like and getting it in the other vehicle?
By 5.
More than good enough.
6 is 14, and my security is 16, so I beat it by 2.
And you're also could be making a computer check,
that is
which something also applies there.
Oh, that is totally, I could make that a computer check, and it would be the same. I'd get the +2 to it, right?
Actually,
get to
no, you roll twice on computers checks and take the best result.
Yeah, I'll take the second one, because that means I beat it by way more.
That is a success by, is that by 10 there?
Yeah.
That is a critical success. You happen to already have this particular key fob frequency programmed in. Might have something to do with a previous plan. Who knows? But getting into the vehicle is very, very rapid and quickly, and I'll take a demolitions roll down there for blowing up your previous vehicle.
That is going to be a success by... No, I failed by 1.
Have you used that bonus
Use
of
that
yours
bonus
yet?
I've still got the +6 and I haven't used it yet, so I might as well.
All right,
blow
so
it
that'll
up
be a
real
success
good.
by 5.
Yep.
It is quite the impressive explosion.
Slow feet.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
For a teenager, he is remarkably adept with explosives.
Yeah, your field of containment is excellent.
Thanks.
Look at that scattering
I learned from the best.
There's very little that's traceable left.
And as the
And do I
flames-
detect a whiff of thermite?
Yes!
I just kind of smell like it now since I've been hanging out with Patrick.
As the flames disappear into the rearview mirror, you can see several squad cars pulling up to the explosion and starting to surround it.
I already had 3 bags of bones in the back, so we're covered there.
That's great news. That's great news.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Mackie. Mackie, Patrick needs his drive-in medicine.
Oh, yes. I'll get back into our little go bag, pull out the requisite materials, toss them into the front seat.
Don't do drugs.
You know, if you're gonna make me crush him up myself, I
I'm
might as well not do the driving.
Well, I'm not gonna do it. And this
Okay, now we're rolling.
Yeah, he's definitely rolling.
I can't die, so...
Right, but if you fell asleep while we were driving again, it might go bad next. Or you do the meat suit thing.
Yeah,
That
well,
could
he's
be-
driving now, so...
Yeah, we're good. This is the right choice.
Oh, that is better.
Right, so why'd you text me?
Because nobody's better at not getting caught than you. And we probably have a bit of work to do.
Go on.
Well, they took everyone. Like, okay, a few months back, they got all of us together. Me and the black robot arm guy and the lady who
John
can-
Stone?
Yeah, and the lady who's with the FBI with the ponytail and the real tall legs, and then the little girl that can go through holes.
I know who you're discussing.
Right. So they have all of us together, and then little Mac, he joined us.
Hi.
Supposedly some type of leverage for his sister or whatever, but then I think, and then not the big deal anymore. But someone's got to look out for him.
Is he having any kind of emotional reaction to the mention of his sister's death?
Not happy.
No, he
Not happy. Like
It's internally,
no,
it's not very
no,
visible,
no,
but they're not. They kind of stop paying
Now,
attention.
Mac deals with things a bit different than most people.
Give me a notice check over there, Mr. Krieger.
I beat that by 10.
He's quite clearly having a reaction, and he's doing his best to not show any kind of reaction. But that hit him hard. Every time he says something about sister, you can see it impacting him.
Anyway, it messes with him a bunch, but he's like a stoic, but not. You know, he's on the whatchamacallit. I don't know the terms.
Hashtag
That's the
hack
one.
attack for the next vehicle switch, because let's be real, you're going to probably need to switch vehicles when you detonate this one. Terry's a very special vehicle for you.
Uh-oh. Hack attack. Oh my.
Do let me know what that is. Yes, Spectrum.
I'm sure they will let us know what that one is.
Neurodivergent?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to, use big words about it. I do, but a lot of people don't.
It's fine. Get whatever you like.
Cool. We're gonna go blow more stuff up.
Sure,
There's
bud.
gonna be some computer stuff.
You know you can use computers to blow stuff up, right?
Oh, we're getting there. Baby steps.
I didn't want to, get into the police computer that they had in the Humvee. I felt that, I don't know.
Did you? Okay. Well, did you? So when they took everyone, or when everyone went missing, did you notice anything about the people coming after them?
Yeah,
And
I did.
what did you notice?
They looked just like everyone else in the building. Same black suit. They were all just government spook types.
You didn't notice any sort of halo floating above any of them?
I don't notice things like that because I'm not magic like you. That's a you people thing, and I hate to use that term.
Whatever it was that came after him, at least one of them was a metapilot of some other sort.
Some
I don't know
more
if
of
it was
these
one of
pilots.
ours or
Well, don't we know all of ours? I mean, aren't they?
we know all of ours. But I don't know if this is using the same tech coming from the same place as us or not.
I've only seen pictures of most of them, and then there was the group that I used to drive around in the Winnebago for a while.
You know when you're on LSD and you start to see
Yes.
halo? Okay, it's like that.
Okay, so you can see that, but just regular, without the LSD.
Yes.
Okay.
Minus not as much gemstones and lace, but still, yes.
I mean, why not? You just put gemstones and lace in there. Nothing's stopping you.
No, Mac. No, that's not what... It's fine. It's fine. He's really a good boy.
I don't get it.
So, yeah. Anyway, something's going on. The people that were on our side before that are like, oh, you're part of this program, are like, we never heard of you and want to throw you in jail forever.
Well, to be fair, you had other reasons for that.
Yeah, but most of them involved you.
Okay, that's fair
In this
too.
country, anyway. The Winnebago episode should have been very cut and dry until it turned into a giant robot lady.
Speaking of this country, you know who put the order in to gather up the task force?
Well, I mean, originally I think it was Jackson.
He was gone too.
Right, he's gone too.
Yeah,
That's
you know
what I'm
who-
saying.
But who placed the order for that? Do you know who it was?
I have no. Why would I know that?
Came from the man in the White House.
Orange face?
Yeah.
Shut up.
That's what the communique said.
The President of the United States.
I can't believe it either. I can't believe it either.
Wait a minute. Why would the President even... I mean, aren't we, like, super classified?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they had a couple of things that
More
sneaked
so
out
than
on
the
the
aliens.
YouTube, but, like, we are... Like, those guys with the... You know, with the jumping and the body hopping, like, you guys are pretty damn well...
Metapilots.
Sure. Secrets, though, is what I was going to say. Your secrets.
That is true.
So
So how did the word
president
get out? Exactly.
And why did he know that we were the people to take down?
Mm-hmm. And why did he wait until after we...
And why
had-
would he want us to stop fixing something if it's wrong with the world?
Exactly. That's the question. That's what we need to figure out.
Okay, see, now we know what the mystery is. That's why I called you.
Did you not know what the mystery is when you called me?
I did not. No.
God damn it, Dougal.
No. I'm just saying, look in my eyes. As you can see, they are quite bloodshot.
Quite bloodshot.
Mm-hmm.
Focus, please.
I am.
Stop doing the chameleon thing.
Can't.
Oh.
So, here's what I did know.
Fair play to you.
Suddenly, I'm America's most wanted. Literally, I have a 19-year-old boy who is also probably going to be killed and detained in some way.
You're older than you look. I would have put you at like 16.
I don't know if that's the thing.
He's a grown man. Grown man.
Can you shave?
Does look much younger than the 19 age. You would have definitely guessed him for 16,
16,
17.
yeah. I'm guessing. Just, also the mentality of most of my former teammates.
And the only other person I knew that wasn't missing was you.
What about Bruno?
I ain't seen Bruno since he came back.
Of course, he probably wouldn't come back after what I did to his car.
No, he's been doing a lot of things. Like,
Really?
he was at this. He says, from what we had heard of him before, like he disappeared off the face of the earth along with most of the other guys for quite a while.
So what's our play then? Now that you know what the deal is, and that you've got me, who's good at getting out of stuff, and that you are the most wanted fugitive in the United States with a guy who looks like a miner in tow.
Howdy.
Hi.
Oh no, he wouldn't last a day in a mine.
He says it makes me look more inconspicuous.
The bandana?
No, the
youth
like
from
a
Face.
child.
Oh. Yeah.
For those of you just joining us, this is the Zoe channel, Zombie Orpheus Entertainment. This is Masters of the Metaverse. We are currently trying to unravel the mystery of how our very, very secret task force was suddenly ordered to be rounded up by the President of the United States of America himself. They have managed to temporarily escape pursuit for now, but the question is, what do they do next?
So we're in the greater DC area, or we can be in a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
So what's our play here? Do we want to go, if the president knows about metapilots and the metaverse, he's going to be on the lookout for any sort of incursion there. I would assume, I don't know that this administration plans beyond lunch, but still.
I need to find the rest of my team.
The only other metapilot who you currently know the location of is John Stone, who's being held in the Planet Metaverse facility.
Okay.
All right. So, John Stone. We can track him down.
Shouldn't be hard. Cybernetic implants.
Right, we can track those.
Yeah.
That's
I
a good
can do
idea.
that. Yeah.
Good boy.
Thanks.
Hop 2. Let's find a computer and do it.
Sounds right.
You're going to need some decent computer equipment. It's a good thing that Nick Krieger knows where a lot of old program and founder safe houses are.
I know where a lot of old program and founder safe houses are.
It's a good thing that you know where a lot of programmer and founder safe houses are.
So what do you say we go to one of those programmer or founder safe houses that I know where are?
Right, I think we should go to one of those
Whichever
safe
one
houses.
has the most pharmaceuticals, I'll take us to.
Well, they're not really known for their pharmaceuticals, but the program safe houses are most certainly known for their high-tech computer equipment.
Well,
And a lot of ordnance, usually.
What's
My
okay.
two other favorite things, that's fine.
I'd like to make maybe a covert operations role
Absolutely.
to determine which facility we should target. I'm looking for one that's going to be easy to cut off from the rest without anything looking like it's out of whack.
Give me a covert operations.
Beat it by 8.
Nice.
That is such a good. You actually know of one that's about 60 miles away that should be vacant. It's usually only used for emergencies.
Emergency safe house. So what we got to be careful about there is to not turn on any critical systems that alert the rest of the system that it's on. I should be telling you that.
Yes.
Can you keep us dark while we're there?
Yeah. Yeah,
That was a
that.
really high-pitched yeah. I need more confidence in that.
I can do that.
Bring it down a notch, dude.
I can do that.
All right, now we'll go.
Cool.
Less than an hour later, at the high speeds that you can travel in the local area, you arrive at this very nondescript suburban safe house.
Do we need to stop for gas on the way?
You will need to stop for gas on
Okay,
the way.
while we're there, let's get food as well, and I'm going to buy out all their truck nuts. Don't ask me why. It's never failed.
All right, is it as good a time as any to switch vehicles?
I mean, at the gas station, probably, if we can make a swap. Are we heading rural or are we heading city?
Rural.
Okay, so
Perfect place then.
higher chance someone's armed, less of a chance we get noticed.
If they're more armed than we are, I would be surprised.
I mean, we're
This
probably...
is the Carolinas.
You literally had a 50 caliber rifle in your back seat.
I shot it. It was too big.
Let's get a new car.
All right then.
I don't know what you mean.
Now, there only happens to be one vehicle at this present gas station. And I'm sorry, this is the hack attack. You're going to have to bear with me here. I'm going to do my best on this one. And it's actually a stagecoach.
They will not be expecting that.
Though the horses look to be holographic.
Well, this tells me we're on the right track.
Okay. Now, I don't normally ask a lot of questions.
I see them too.
Okay.
Yep. That's
But
Can I touch it? I know I could try, but I'm gonna try and touch it.
As you approach it, the stagecoach transforms itself into more of a man-sized shape.
God
well,
damn
look
it,
at that.
again!
That's definitely ours, I'd say.
I see it too.
No beer, no ride.
What do you like?
All of it.
I mean, what are you after? IPAs, porters, seasonals, blondes?
However much you can get.
Oh, we're over 21. We can get as much as we can afford.
Then all of it. I think I'll take all
What
of it.
is your volume capacity? Like how
About
many
60 gallons.
60 gallons. Okay, what is that in bottles?
Hi,
This is my life
Ethan,
now.
professional actor, not that good at math.
I take whatever number WizKid gives me.
It's a lot.
You pretty much clear this convenience store out
All right.
of beer. And really, you make this guy's day.
And-
And ruin the credit of the body that you're occupying.
So you can go home now, by the way. Take the wife or the husband out and have a great evening here.
Oh, he's most certainly going to close up shop.
All right.
Go get him, Tiger.
You got any good stuff behind there? You know, stuff that's not legal? I got an Irishman in the back that needs to be pacified.
Absolutely.
All right.
For you, of course.
You are a lifesaver, mate.
Don't mention it, Flanagan.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's quite the large jug of moonshine, which makes the eyes of the transformed robot grow a little bit bigger as you come out. with it. Very focused in.
You said beer.
That's mine.
This is his.
Share.
This belongs to Dennis.
Sonny.
No. You're gonna share.
You're gonna Sonny.
Okay, as long as you share.
So let's work out the terms of this deal here. We share the eye-blistering moonshine
Yeah.
that is younger than a tadpole. You drink the 60 gallons of beer that we have procured
Yeah.
for you here, and then you will take us where we're going.
Oh, we can do that at the same time.
So you can drink and drive.
It's
Absolutely.
a robot. Of course it can.
Kids, if you are a robot, it's okay. Are the horses going to be doing the driving, or are you...
Oh, they're just holograms.
How many truck nuts would you like?
I'm not really a fan of truck.
So
Not one.
6 then? 6 sounds perfect.
Do the camel
Sure.
one. Never see it.
All right. Chug, 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 chug.
Does he drink the beer like a man? Like,
While transformed, but when he forms back into a stagecoach, it opens up a nice little compartment where you just have to pretty much continuously be opening and pouring these bottles of beer.
I'm going to go
into.
back in and I'm going to get a whole bunch of motor oil because he needs to be drinking that at the same time or he is going to have a pisser of a headache.
Oh yeah.
Get him some antifreeze too.
what?
I don't make this stuff up. Chat does.
How do you...
There's a time where you just stop questioning.
All right, I suggest... Let's go over a sequence of events. Just real quick here. I suggest maybe we should switch cars as we are at the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
We look around and our options are a feckin' stagecoach with ghost horses that turns into a robot that wants to drink all the beers. And we're just fine with this.
It's one of those, okay, you are aware how the metaverse works, right?
No, this is literally the second time this exact fucking thing has happened to me.
I know, which means we're in an active place where there's bleed between.
Okay.
We're at a site of cosmic drift.
I don't
where
get
the
it, Nick.
rules
I
of
don't
physics
get it.
are collide. It doesn't just drink more.
Okay, that I get.
Here, the shopkeeper got you that.
Well, now I consider myself a crack. This is moonshine. I consider myself a crack driver. You know, I could easily be a professional race car driver if I put my mind to it.
Good.
I've taken classes in offensive and defensive driving. I'm quite what I would call an expert at this point. If you don't mind me tooting my own horn. I have never driven anything with reins.
You didn't notice the... Okay, so the horses are hologrammatic. They're there as an affectation.
And yet...
Did you look at the inside of the stagecoach with the cup holders and the radio?
It's pretty modern, despite
I mean, it's
appearing
basically
like a stagecoach.
It's basically a retro mod stagecoach.
Yes.
Still... Are we worried about this being conspicuous? Maybe it's just really
fairly
fast.
conspicuous.
Fairly conspicuous.
It's a stagecoach in 2020. Yeah, I mean, if we were in South Carolina, maybe.
We'll tow it. We'll tow it. We'll get another truck from around here and we'll tow it. It'll look like we're on the way to a Ren Fair or some shit. It's gonna be too drunk to drive anyway.
I think you have too little faith in our stagecoach.
You're fine with this.
It's more a matter
I'm
of...
all right to drive.
What's your name? Norm.
Starting hashtag dance party.
Starting or paid for one? No starting. Okay.
Starting.
We're not there yet. We don't have to dance on command just yet, ladies and gentlemen.
In time.
In time, all our fears will come to fruition. What's your
My
name?
is Reese.
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 Reese, I'm going to need you to walk the median for 20 yards and then turn around and come back.
I think it's funny that Reese is
So
in
you
his
want me to
cuffs.
walk or drive the median?
You know what? Drive the median.
Yeah.
He staggers forward a few steps and then transforms back into a stagecoach and drives perfectly back and forth on the median. Then transforms back and staggers over to you again. Walking, not so straight line, but driving was on point.
Well, I'm convinced that if we run into any law enforcement, I'll jump on the radio and tell them they weren't following a giant transformer stagecoach with holographic horses and 6 truck nuts.
No, I mean, whatever they're looking for, it isn't that.
It is
right?
not that. That
Right.
is not what they are looking
I do
for.
have one last thing though.
Yes.
I'm gonna reach into our bug out bag, pull out just a big piss off magnet, and just try and scamper my way back into the convenience store real quick, and just put it on the computer all the security cameras are next to, or attached to
I like
rather.
this kid.
That's my boy. It's right
I
there.
like this kid.
Taught him everything he knows.
He hasn't quite locked up yet, but he is in back counting out his till and getting ready to leave, and you're able to just slip right beside him.
It's weird. He
Plant the
insists
little
on
magnet,
Velcro
and get out.
shoes, but he can hack in just about any computer he gets across.
I don't like the way the cotton feels. It's weird on the pads of my fingers.
That's what you keep telling me.
I hate that so much military stuff has Velcro attachment. It just doesn't breathe.
Yeah, that's fair.
You had to keep up with the Russians. We were all still there, right?
How far back in time drunk are you?
Oh, who even knows? Potato famine, maybe?
Gotta do it.
And this is Masters of the Metaverse on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment Channel. In a transforming stagecoach that likes to drink as much as Patrick likes drugs.
It's a good summary. That's a good recap. There.
You love
Beautiful, right there. Boom.
Reese the stagecoach.
Stinger.
All right, Reese, do you know this address?
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's where we're going.
No problem.
Try to keep your... You're going to have to go off-road for a little bit there.
I love off-road.
The fence is electrified, so you're going to have to, you want to thread that carefully.
You got it.
Okay? This is going to be awesome.
So I don't even have to drive the strange ghost stagecoach.
Not at all. It seems to know the way, traveling along almost in an
And it has a
established
train
GPS
whistle
route.
attached. I love it.
And also, if we ever figure out a way to travel through time, and you go back for a while in this thing,
Don't you guys do that anyway?
Well, yeah.
Isn't that like part of your whole deal is
but
traveling
imagine
through time,
having this
space and stuff?
200 years ago.
So weird.
It's pretty swag, huh?
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty good.
I mean, it's kind of cool now.
I mean, yes, it is kind of cool now.
So have you ever bothered to explain how you can possess people?
I have not.
I like it. Keep it. Air a mystery. You gotta love it.
You wear it well.
Long story short, I have no actual corporeal form anymore. I lost it. I am a gestalt entity.
And yet you keep jumping into middle-aged Caucasian men.
familiarity.
Hoping that last leap is the one that brings you to privilege.
There's no accounting for taste.
This is why I don't go into my backstory.
Ouch. It doesn't take long, even in a stagecoach, as it's able to achieve pretty substantial speeds for being a stagecoach, because it's not actually pulled by horses and propelled along by some unknown means. However, transforming stagecoaches are propelled. I haven't quite worked that out yet, and I don't really want to delve too deeply into that. You do arrive at this abandoned or temporarily vacated safe house.
Supposedly abandoned. You got anything we can check in there and see?
Yeah. Oh, shotgun.
No one is home, from what the exterior looks like. There's no vehicles parked there. There's about 6 or 7 of the free given away newspapers stacked up in front of the door.
The Clarion Ledger.
So it doesn't even look like anyone has visited this safe house for a security check this time, which checks out with a lot of your intel, with a lot of the program individuals having been killed off in the program Founders War.
That makes sense. They can wrap these up. Okay, Reese, I'm pretty sure that fence isn't electrified. Go on in, buddy.
Drives right in front of the garage. Pulls up to a stop. It's kind of weird watching the holographic horses disappear inside the garage.
Why not even bother trying to make it look like they're not ghost horses?
Air of mystery.
So you sleep it off, buddy. We're gonna be inside.
See if there's beer.
Keep a lookout.
You'll be the first to know.
Yeah, this safe house has not been occupied in some time.
Okay.
At least several months. There's even a small amount of dust that's
I'll do all the manual security stuff to get in.
Give me a security check, please.
11. Beat it by 5.
There are not really too intensive security here. It looks like a lot of the automated systems have gone offline about 9 months ago or so.
So I shouldn't have used the black card. Just a regular American Express would have got me through the door.
Now, it looks like a lot of the automated systems went offline about 9 months or so ago and haven't been turned back on. It's almost like it's not connected to the grid of program safe houses right now.
This we like.
Well, that means we're not going to have much time once we boot everything back up before they realize there's a new guy online.
What if we...
I'm going to do a cursory look for traps with security. Beat it by 7.
You find some of the simple things that they put in. Most of them are to let any program agents who come later know that somebody was here.
Okay.
Let the puppets dance #dance party. A fact at the side in Germany, a politician said that only people out of their mind would be for a speed limit. So I hope the carriage can go freaking fast.
And it looks like that they have paid off that dance party. So whenever they cue the music, we will be forced to dance like the puppets that we are.
It's true. I'm going to take my glasses off.
We have so much more room to dance now! Okay, let's go, Valley. Ready?
Oh, there's more.
That's right, it's a breakdown! Smoking. That's good dancing.
Thank you, chat.
So glad I'm wearing a sweater and a scarf.
Me too. It's like I'm so glad I dressed so warmly today.
Oh yeah, this is a thermal undershirt.
Really great wardrobe decision.
Luckily, these lights add no heat.
Right.
Not at all.
Correct. If we're...
Going back to what Nick was just doing, sorry, before we just connect.
Go ahead.
There are some of those telltale symbols that they use and setups they use to determine if somebody had been trespassing or using the facility. And you're able to, move those to the side, or in this case, set them up to replace them on your exit, so it looked like as though no one was ever even here.
Very good.
but very basic. It's again as though nobody's been here in a while.
Have they stripped the place of goods?
No.
Really?
It's
Like they
still
just
held up,
cut
but
and left.
it
There's been a bunch of these like this, though.
a lot of it's just covered in dust and lack of use, which doesn't fit the program's profile, but you aren't really sure how damaged they were by their war with the founders.
Okay. I want to do a full inventory, see what they've got. Weapons locker, armory, motor pool, pods, dormitories.
No pods on hand, but there are dormitories on hand. There are weapons on hand. Well, fairly standard, U.S. military type stuff on hand.
Okay. Anything from
Nothing
farther
ridiculous.
away?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
at all. Nothing of that nature. And there is a Land Rover SUV in the garage.
All right. Well, don't let Reese see that. He'll get jealous.
How old does the stuff in this place look? How long does
Oh,
it
it's
look
all.
like it's been?
Well, it probably hasn't been touched in at least 9 months or maybe even a year.
Okay.
But this was a founder's house, not a.
This is a program safe
It's a
house.
program safe house. Okay, so it's gonna have some good stuff in it. We stayed in a few of these. Me and Mac did.
Hashtag dance party
That's on the
because
run.
Ben said he'd get in on the fun if there was another one.
Well,
And yeah, they paid for another one, ladies
all
and gentlemen.
right. Well,
You wonder why
All
I
right.
only show up twice a season.
I guess we couldn't possibly be based down. Remember, no nipples.
I'm keeping my clothes on.
This time.
Yep. That's not a challenge.
Whoa, it really is hot.
Right?
Whoa, okay, there we go. All right, no nipples.
Break it down now. And freeze.
Oh, that's on the internet now.
Yeah, it always is.
Yep.
Yes, now you've all seen Ben, but you'll never be able to figure out which of us it was.
Yeah, that sounds true. I believe that.
Thing, I'm remembering this thing.
Oh my God! I just figured out you look like if someone whittled Matt Shimkus.
That's new.
Well done.
I've gotten a lot, but I haven't
Bye-bye.
gotten that one.
I'm giving that one to you there. Here we go. That's yours. That knee. That's yours.
See, I have to write that down.
All right. You've taken an inventory. You have checked for all the security measures.
I think I have an idea. I was back when Maddie was trying to, warn me about, her having to go off and do stuff, and me and Patrick would have to do a lot of sticking out for each other. She told me a lot of these kind of like U.S. military bases, especially the stuff like these kind of safe houses, are all still based off of something built off of an old operating system that was put together in the 80s. So I think I know how to boot it into safe mode, and then we can possibly get things online without any sort of connection to the main network.
Could you have just started with the last 7 words?
Probably, but I have a special ability called Maddie Says, which I do need to explain why I'm doing something for a bonus.
Meta. I like it.
Thank you very much. That will qualify for a Maddie Says.
Great. Would that be computers?
That's going to be a computers-based roll.
Great.
And you do have buffs in the store if you want to use
I
any of
don't
them.
need them. I succeed
Okay.
by 15.
Ooh,
Oh my.
Hipster.
So that is a critical success without needing to use a buff to get a critical success. You are able to log on securely and are certain that you are leaving no footprint whatsoever and will not be detected. Not only you are able to find out that John Stone is currently being held in the deepest sub-level of the Planet Metaverse facility.
The main campus?
Oh yes, it is currently on the main campus in Virginia, locked down. It seems that federal agents and military police have taken over the facility after incarcerating everyone. You also find the trail of memos and orders that lead all the way from the Oval Office, ordering for the incarceration of all of the known missing metapilots. There is currently a federal manhunt underway for all of them.
Can you get a list of where those missing metapilots' last known location?
Jawbridge, Nevada.
Jawbridge? Mm-hmm. Jawbridge.
Jawbridge, Nevada. It's a real place.
Or Job Ridge.
Jawbridge.
Jawbridge. Jobberage.
JR.
Jaw.
Jarbridge.
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 Kind of like garbage, but Jarbridge.
Jarbridge. It's like a guy who got punched saying garbage.
Jarbridge.
A little bit.
Which is a town in Nevada you've never even heard of.
They are not
never
there
been to
anymore. I know this because I drove them there, but did not drive them away.
And not only are they under a manhunt order, it seems like the read between the lines with your experience in covert operations, it's basically saying if you find them, put a bullet in their head.
Okay.
Woof.
So we only know. Do we know the? Can you confirm the location of any of the missing pilots other than John Stone?
I can definitely take a look.
That's the only one they seem to know where he is, so they have him in holding.
Last time I saw Bruno, he was in Jawbridge.
I want to ask him to do that. Can you look up and find out where the remains of the killed metapilots are?
Yeah. Hey, can I try out Minecraft for a minute there?
Yeah.
I don't know, that's a thing,
It's
right?
Fortnite, you idiot.
Fucking Fortnite. I want
It's
to do
2020,
the
it's still
fluff and...
Fortnite. Get in there.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna go poke around, see if I can find anything useful.
He means well. He does.
I know he does. He's
And what
trying.
exactly are you attempting to do there?
I'm looking for where the remains of the dead metapilots are kept.
They have not been able to locate and kill any of these metapilots yet, it would seem. Every single one is still at large.
Now, is that a security smoke screen or is that genuine?
That's
like-
genuine, very
Okay.
much. Lots of chatter every time that there is any kind of a sighting. They are on them. There was, for a while, a security team was on an old associate of yours, Miss Petal, who you used to impersonate Rosie at one point. They thought that it was Rosie. It turned out to not be Rosie.
I impersonated Rosie.
Well, she impersonated Rosie on your behalf.
On my behalf. Okay. Where was I operating before I came to the Carolinas?
Everywhere between North Dakota and New York.
Okay, do they have an anonymous tip line or anything that outsiders could feed information into that would work its way into the system?
You're pretty sure one of the computer gurus around you could make that happen.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking.
Right.
These are the footsteps. I stayed at a Motel 6 in New York. It doesn't matter why.
Okay.
There were a series of...
Can we say furry convention?
Yes, you can say furry convention. They're actually, well, I mean, it was more of a steampunk convention, but I don't think they differentiate at that level. Anyway, I was there for 3 nights and 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Can you feed that through the system? Just a description, a picture of me through the local New York. I want to see how quickly it circulates and where that information goes.
I think I can work with that. Yeah.
All right, I'll track it.
All right, give me computers rolls, guys.
Success of 1.
Success of 6.
Excuse me, success of 2.
Success of 2. You get
Oh,
a
wait,
fed
I
in
get to
there.
roll twice.
You can do control twice and take the best result.
Oh, no. Success of 14.
That's pretty good.
It's a little slow on the uptake. It's about 18 minutes before anyone picks up on it, but as soon as it gets picked up on by FBI headquarters, it is circulated down the pipe all the way to local law enforcement, and there are men on the scene or on their way to be on the scene within less than 20 minutes.
20 minutes response time. So, and that was with several days ago. So let's cut that in half and basically say 10 minutes. 10 minutes is red flag, yeah, 5, or red alert, yellow alert, and 5 for any operation we want to pull off.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
The two of you have been inside the Planet Metaverse main campus.
We
before.
know the facility pretty well, in fact.
But neither of you have been to a sub-level 2. In fact, as far as you knew, there was only a sub-level 1.
What's the security clearance level there? Can you access that? Can we get schematics, key card program?
Between the
things
two
that
of
can-
us, we can do all of that.
Uniforms and key cards. Do they leave those here?
Unfortunately, no. But go ahead and give me a computer's roll based upon trying to find schematics or who has access or how.
Hell yeah. I do it. I do it by 2 again.
The Planet Metaverse facility is a closed site, meaning that there is no external internet access. It is its own isolated satellite location. Internalized security protocols.
Can you get a list of personnel?
take a look, see if I can find it. You know,
Personnel
whoever's in charge of them.
and job descriptions. We're looking for anyone who goes in and comes out. Like, do they have janitorial? I mean, or do they have a mess hall with cafeteria workers, or is everyone on security clearance?
See if I can find some lower level stuff and then backdoor away, and that makes sense.
It seems Agent Roberts of the FBI is in charge of the Planet Metaverse facility currently, with military staff assigned under him by order of the
So
president.
that's your Superman right there.
What's the name again?
Roberts.
Agent Roberts.
Roberts. Can you get a picture of him?
Yeah, I can hold it up right here.
Is it
No.
the guy?
It is the guy that you saw with the pilot halo on him. He's got quite the career, and he's got 19 years on the job. He's been on the anti-terror task force. He's been all over the country. He was in the Army before he was in the FBI.
That's Halo 1.
The guy has a whole huge history of being quite the operator.
This guy's an operator. I probably don't even know who he is.
You've definitely seen the guy before. You're pretty sure he didn't go by Roberts when you ran into him before.
Any known aliases?
There's a list of aliases under them. All of them, a couple of them are even familiar to you in your time in intelligence services from before.
Can I determine who any of his previous avatars were?
You are fairly certain that Agent Roberts is the Avatar.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's not listed on the Metapilot database for everything that we've got from both the founders or the program.
So then who's in?
A pilot
Right.
from another metaverse, right?
Is there any way to get that information? They have that information in here.
I don't know.
There's zero reference to anything Metaverse other than to try and track you Metapilots down and, well, kill you.
Yeah, so, all I know about the Metapilot thing is that the Metapilots can only go into people who are in other worlds, right?
That's right, yeah.
This was explained by the guy with the Hawaiian shirt.
Tom.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyone know Tom's whereabouts?
Last I heard, he was everywhere.
Well, that's disconcerting. Okay, so the good news is they don't know where the rest of the pilots are. They're still all missing or at large. We got confirmation of where John Stone is. We got a name on Roberts. We got a picture on him. We got a service record.
Quite the patriot. I mean, it seems really weird that he would be involved in anything involving murdering United States citizens. Very out of character.
That's what they want you to think.
Well, I mean, can't they just make you do whatever they want and dance around like a little puppet like you do when you jump into a fella? That sounded wrong. I didn't mean to say that routinely you're jumping into fellas.
It's fine. You're not the first person to make that joke.
Wasn't joking.
He's not entirely incorrect.
I could try to jump into him, but I don't know if someone that skilled is going to have
Well, if there's someone in there, doesn't it just bounce you right out?
that. I don't know that I've tried that.
You have not tried that.
I have not tried that.
You've never run into anybody being piloted in this metaverse before. And in your home universe, and it's always the other way. You're going other places and jumping into other bodies.
Okay.
Now, what happened to the dickish fellow who's supposedly from a different one?
You're going to need to narrow that down.
He's a complete cockbag. He thinks he's a pirate.
Again, narrow that down.
It sounds vaguely familiar, like a guy that you
Matt
pulled out of Guantanamo a while back, but you had very little interaction with them. It's when you were still working for Tom.
Right.
Brenda! That I did.
But he was physically here in this metaverse, not a pilot piloting someone.
Right, I just figured if he's from somewhere else, maybe he could do the thing here. I don't know. I don't know how any of this stuff works. I'm so confused.
So when so if he's a pilot, could I jump into an avatar in the same reality from where I am now? Would I have access to the memories the way that I did with like Teddy or some of the other avatars?
This is way above my pay grade, mate.
You are the only one with experience in these kinds of matters.
It's true, but I don't have experience in this. So
no, this is something you've never even thought of trying before. In fact, until you saw this guy, you never thought of anyone in your home universe being an avatar before. I mean, it's always the other way around. You guys were pilots.
We went out. No one came in.
Well, yeah, it does go to figure perhaps that the other would be possible if someone was coming from somewhere else.
Stands to reason. Okay. Let's put a pin in that. We also have confirmation that these orders did come from the President of the United States.
Uh-huh.
who is a gibbering twat bag.
Correct.
No one would ever trust him with this kind of information. They haven't even told him about the aliens yet.
Right, I would never give this man this type of clearance.
So how did he get it, or who is actually... Oh, no.
How do we
What?
How do we know the FBI guy's the only...
The concept is too hideous to consider.
Wait a minute, what did you say?
How do we know the FBI guy is the only avatar or pilot of whatever in on this thing? Because it probably wouldn't just be somebody who's
They would send a team.
the head of the project. You'd have to get somebody to send
Was
them,
that
right?
Nick?
They would send a team.
They always work in teams.
They always work in teams. So who would be the
I was
most
driving
powerful-
around like 8 of them for a year.
I was a head of state once. Are we concluding that the President of the United States is an avatar being piloted?
I think we have to work on the worst case scenario, and
Whoa,
I guess that's it.
whoa. Now, I always heard that, like, the avatar types were, like, important hero things.
Well,
I don't know anything about that.
they often can be, but no, it's a matter of heroes, yes. But you got to think of hero in the sense of classical world.
What about the kid with the hair? He was like Ultra Lad or
Shut
something.
up, I'm going to teach you something here. Ancient world. Rome, Greece, Egypt, whatnot, the concept of hero, we sort of think of hero as having inherently good connotations. They don't. Hero in the old school basically meant someone capable of greater feats of anything. Like think of it as...
Well, if his feet...
Hashtag cool rule to fill out the boost in, and also I feel like this might be useful if we have to jam Nick somewhere where he's not strictly speaking meant to go.
All of you have a boosted ability listed on the bottom of your sheet that you now have access to use once during this show.
Nice.
That's very nice.
but
Here's what I'm saying.
Great
So,
feats.
but
People
then
capable
a
of...
normal person, let's say, imagine their morality is on a sine curve. They're only capable of so much good and so much evil,
I
right?
just don't imagine how the president's feats could be so great when his hands are so bloody small.
You were setting that pun up for about the last 2 minutes.
Almost.
I'm actually trying to teach you something here. Maybe crack the mystery of where our friends
Yeah,
are.
but I don't know why you think it's going to get through to me. This doesn't make any sense when you're talking about... No.
Here, moonshine.
Okay.
So, only so much good or so much evil. But the heroes of the ancient were capable of so much good or so much evil. Right?
Your baseline's just a lot wider.
Exactly. You consider Hercules a great hero because of all of his great feats, yes? But
Right.
he also
But
killed
after
his
he
wife and
killed his-
family, right? So great evil as well. It's also, you might think of hero in the sense of important historical figure. Someone who could do damage. Look at the damage that's been done to the credibility of this nation and its cohesion, militarily,
like you're made of
strategically,
boring books.
economically. I read a lot, okay? I don't just jump into helicopters and go whoopsie splat.
But you also do that.
I also do that. I read economic theory and I shit people's pants, all right?
Nice. So you're like a mix between Wyatt
That's
and Crash.
unfortunately going to be a gif, isn't it?
Yes. That's how that works.
Yes, that's how that works.
I mean, there's the big thing.
Also, your new nickname is Whoopsie Splat.
Yes.
Wide wavelength. Great good and
But
great
doesn't
bad.
it make sense? If you're trying to wreck something here, you go to the nation that has the most powerful military, bar none, that is safe from invasion by either having an ocean on either side or weak neighbors, and dismantle
Or both.
Go in there and dismantle the world order that has held and kept a world war from happening over the last 70 years in a world with nuclear weapons.
I love it.
Doesn't that seem maybe you'd go after that guy?
You know, every time you get all gold bloomy and like this, it gets a little stiff.
It's kind of
Not gonna
hot.
lie, it's good
Kinda
stuff.
hot.
I'm buying what you're selling me. Don't get me wrong. It's great.
So we are assuming now that there are at least 2 pilots in this reality, and they are.
Well, we are now, and we're also assuming that one of them is Little Orange Man.
Yes, President
Which I
Melted
love.
Votive Candle.
That's great.
That is not great.
No, it
that is
fucking
not
sucks.
great at all.
But why did they want to get rid of me and the kid? Like, we're not part of your little...
You're here helping
Club.
me figure this out,
We're helping you, and we.
I literally called you to figure this out because I didn't know what the fuck it was.
which means
we've
you've
got
compromised me.
connections.
Correct.
You're welcome.
Well, you are already on that list of to terminate.
That's fair.
Yeah, I didn't do anything to you.
It's because a lateral move, really.
Right, yeah. You went from fucked to just like fucked over.
Though in your benefit, the image they have on file is several bodies back.
That's true. I do
Doesn't really
lose a
mean
lot of
much.
faces. It's true.
Yeah.
So I
Also interesting enough, what they have on file does list that you're able to jump from one physical form to another. There's a lot of details on these files on the Metaverse pilots, these meta pilots.
How well do they
A lot
know us?
of details.
Is there anything that they are missing that I know, or are we talking like what's
Individual things and actions, yeah, they're missing some of those. Like clearly don't know about every adventure that all of these pilots have been on, but their general capabilities are absolutely listed.
Okay, I want to do. Can you print this information out? I'm going to be up all night. It's okay. I can exhaust this body. I want to write down based on the information of what abilities have come from where, which worlds they've been to.
Yeah.
Yeah, which pilots they know. See if I can figure out when they started tracking us. Or like, at what point were we blind to them? Are they going all the way back to the beginning, like Avatar 1?
Most
Sentinel
of the
City?
entries on these pilots are fairly recent, like within the past 6 months. Things have come in here, but a lot of the major information is only in the past week. Like a huge influx of information has come in the past week.
They're downloading it from John.
That's it. Well done, Murphy.
That's what they got to be doing, right?
That's what they've got to be doing. They've had him for a week. Of course, he's got perfect recall.
Right.
He's got
He's a
photographic. Yes.
So hold on.
He's a computer.
So we can.
I know how we're getting him out.
Can we jack in from here?
No,
I mean, if it's going to
we'll have
the-
to jack in from the main building, but we won't even have to go to the sub-level because we're gonna make that motherfucker a drone.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Explain.
But, all right. So what we know about John Stone, he's got metal parts that are computerized, right? He's got perfect recall because he's got a CPU in his brain, which means he's also got wiring going all the way down, controlling every synapse that's physical.
That tracks.
So, we just grab hold of the CPU remotely.
And take him for a walk.
We just have to use the standard drone controls like you would on our phone. I mean, it's going to be messy, but...
Who has standard drone controls on their phone?
Well, I and
do.
Mackie, for one. Two,
Is
I
that-
can count to 2.
Is that not normal?
I clearly am the odd man out here. I defer and withdraw my criticism.
You already were. You can jump bodies and go to other planes of existence.
Okay.
So this is not.
That's my thing. The drone controls is your thing.
We do
That's fine.
it a lot with electronics and explosives. It's pretty much
How close do you need to get to drone him?
just enough to get into the mainframe of the main building, so we could maybe do it from outside, but then people would notice we were there. If we could find a closet or something just inside the entrance, that'd be fairly easy.
Being as it's a closed-off site, you will have to physically, at the very least, get inside.
We're gonna have to storm a government military facility. It's just the thing you do.
Storming might not be
Infiltrate.
completely necessary, as we have ways of maybe we won't have less people to fight through if there is, say, a different distraction.
All right. How close do I need to get?
You won't have to get close at all.
Well, we need to make sure that they're being drawn out of that specific place, though. And if we do anything that cuts off the other facilities, they're going to at least assume that that might be a diversion. We just created a diversion. I called in 2 terrorist bomb threats earlier today. 2 of them. On a hospital and a Walmart. I feel good about one of those.
All right, so
The main facility is currently under lockdown orders already.
It's true.
They can't really heighten security any more than it already is.
but they can lessen it by not being there.
How would you make them not there?
Well, there are approximately 14 metapilots on this list that they are completely unaccounted for.
So you're thinking we go get the metapilots?
No, we let them think that the metapilots are there.
Oh.
I mean, they still have all their social media accounts active. We just make sure that a couple of them go live today with a couple of.
I have told them over and over again, deactivate the goddamn social media accounts. If you click on something and then Amazon suggests something new, it means they're tracking you. How is this hard?
Don't look at me. It
Gmail is
wasn't
not
me.
worth it.
It isn't me. We are literally talking about people who
God.
are not me.
The sleeve has a migraine now. Fuck this.
You're calling it a sleeve? That's gross.
I binged Altered Carbon.
I
It
understand.
sounded cool,
But,
so I'm kind of taking it.
You are in a man.
I am the one guy who can do this, okay? I can call it what I want to.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Sleeve is gender ambiguous.
Yeah,
It
but
makes
then
no
you're
moral
just
judgments.
dehumanizing the body that you're spending a lot of time in. And
I have
taxing
completely
it.
subverted its will and consciousness. Yes, I am doing that. I get to call it what I want.
I'm just trying to, like, paint you as
You're
less of-
making a weird thing weird, okay?
I'm just trying to paint you like less of a monster in front of the boy.
No, you're just walking around in a weird corpse that's yet to
I'm the
be.
modern incarnation of an ancient demigod.
Oh, of course, Mackie gets it.
Demigod's DNA, so,
Right,
basically I'm
yeah.
above morality.
That's not how that
My
works.
uncle
but we
impregnated
should
my
move on.
aunt while disguised as a goose, okay? It's that. It's weird, all right?
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Still screwed up.
Why does that sound weirdly familiar to me?
Because you were very drunk.
You know, you might be right. Get Daddy an oxy.
Aye.
And one for me,
Back into
too.
the
This
go
is,
bag.
this is...
Boys.
Those aren't free, you know, mate.
If you're just joining us on Masters of the Metaverse, they are currently taking recreational drugs while planning how to infiltrate a top secret government facility.
I don't know what the what allergies this sleeve has, but I'm willing to risk it. Alcohol.
Worst case scenario, you're somebody like 2 miles
Well,
away.
balls!
It's been an honor, officer.
I do not intend to, on a live stream, go into the effects of Oxy on the human body. So we're going to move on from that. And what are you doing now?
Mostly, like, trying to stay awake.
I'm going to try to climb the wall using only my eyebrows.
I dug my toes into the plaster.
I'm gonna find Maddox's file in the database.
It's there.
I'm gonna print it out, put it in the go bag, and then not look at it.
What's not there is the deceased. They're still currently looking for her.
It's good to know.
They have no way of knowing.
Yeah, it was somewhere else.
All right.
In fact, I have no way of knowing.
All right, since none of you read Jaron Lanier's book about why you should delete your social media accounts now, it's literally the name of the book. You want to do your thing where you start posting? We do have a lot of selfies.
Yes, we do.
Selfies.
Okay, who do we? Who's the worst of these? I know the Jackson kid can punch helicopters.
We
'Cause I've
want,
seen
we
that.
want Jackson because that'll make him wonder if his dad's in play too.
Oh, smart. Okay. Oh, that's right. He's like a colonel or a general or something.
Can you fake Tom's signature? You don't know who Tom is.
Oh, I can.
Oh, yeah, do that.
100%. I've
Make it
got
look-
plenty of data right here.
You have a tremendous amount of information on Tom.
Okay.
All right. Who else? Let's make it an even 3.
Let's make him do a little bit of homework. What was Hex Destiny's thing that you could summon?
I don't know what a hex destiny is.
Okay, it was I think a giant
But
rabbit.
it sounds
Is it
like
a rabbit. Does that sound right? Look at the.
I
pictures.
do
Rabbit?
remember a giant invisible rabbit.
Okay, make rabbit sightings. It's for some place that's doing clinical drug tests.
Yeah.
All right.
No problem.
Okay. And blow up Bruno's car just cause.
Done.
All right.
Because
Bruno doesn't have any vehicles currently registered. All of his property was seized.
Well,
when
then
he was
rent one
labeled
out in
as
his
a
name and
terrorist.
blow that up.
Oh yeah. Just done.
Before the events in Jarbidge, he was labeled as a terrorist by the United States government for hijacking a plane.
Oh, like the rest of us, who are also all terrorists as labeled by the United States government.
That's true. You
Welcome
killed a
to the
cop
club.
today, kid.
I killed 7 cops
7
today.
cops today with 2 bullets.
With
this
2
guy's
bullets.
amazing. We confirmed those kills, so that's a 350% lethality rate, which is pretty impressive.
bang up job of keeping him out of trouble, aren't you?
I didn't like it, if that makes it better. But
No,
I've got a lot
it
more
doesn't.
to work on.
Yeah, they don't convict you less for being sorry, as it turns out.
You know what? Let's just start with those 3 or 4. Okay, that should be enough, and then you release information on the next 3 pilots
All within a 10-mile radius of this facility.
over a period of 7 hours, every 90 minutes or so.
Can do.
And then we're going to need some random power outages, transformer overloads, shut a dam down or something in this
Right.
whole area. Shenandoah Valley. Let's go there.
Just around here?
Yeah. Well, not around here, because we don't want them coming after us.
Right, but in this...
But in this general facility,
area.
take it a bit north somewhere where the infrastructure is
Yep.
going to be noticed.
Kind of Metaverse facilities in Langley.
In Langley. Okay, yeah, Shenandoah Valley.
Sounds right. Boop. I've just got a big red button that I've wired up to everything I want to
Give
do.
me some computers rolls over there, please.
For sure.
I'll probably need to make a few as well.
Yes, I want a few of them.
First one will be a success by 11.
Can I do any sort of roll to assist?
If you would wish. In fact, you also have some
I have
computer
computers,
skills.
but I'm more assisting him. So.
Yes, assist him because I get 2 rolls.
All right, that's I failed.
All right.
Which is why I didn't roll for myself.
Second one is a success by 8.
You want to assist on the second one there, or not at all?
I will try, and I will fail. And again, I'm just going to back away from the computers right now.
That's an 8. That's an 8. Your computer's is 13.
Right.
That's actually a success.
Oh, wow! I'm so bad at this.
It's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. That's why I'm checking over there. The first time he's kind of just annoying, but the second time he does offer some really good advice.
We're learning. Found friends, or whatever. How many did you want?
I just needed 2 from you.
First check beat it by 8.
Oh, I've got a whole dice tray here. I should be using this.
Second check, I beat it by 15.
Somebody commented it.
More than good enough. And so I'm assuming you're doing these shutdowns and overloads while you're putting out all
I'm
these
planting information
and sightings at all these different
sightings.
locations.
Yeah.
You know what,
You're
is there-
doing this over a 7-hour period?
Is there a ham radio in here or somewhere that I can just make calls out?
There is a ham radio.
That they could not trace back here?
There is a ham radio. You might be able to, depending upon how quickly they jump on the signal.
Okay, so I'm going to send just short bursts now in Nick's voice. Just Jackson, this is Krieger. Meet at the point A, point A5.
Give me a lying check, please.
Beat it by 2.
Oh, don't forget to say the
You know what?
asset is
I'm
in
gonna
play.
I'm gonna use one of my cuddly teddy bear bonuses to re-roll that with a +4 bonus.
Oh!
That's gonna be
A 3. That's a 3.
I beat it by 12.
So that is a critical success. All right. So we have 8 total successful rolls in your plan of deception.
Mm-hmm. That feels good. I feel good.
That feels
It
good.
does feel good.
So for the benefit of television, we will fast forward ahead to being outside of the facility after all of these things are in play.
With our hologrammatic stagecoach.
With
How is Reese doing the morning after?
not a single problem, though. The entire drive to Virginia, he wants to stop at every place for beer or whiskey or vodka or
So
rich,
he's more
anything.
expensive than a car.
He's a party carriage.
Yes,
is
he
what
is very much more expensive than a car, but never once do you have to stop for gas.
When we're done here, let's sell this to the richest frat house at the U of V. We will make bank.
Oh, they're gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's a robot horse carriage that drinks.
Mm-hmm. Go
And
Vols.
we're towing that Land Rover.
Vols? No, that's Tennessee. I actually don't care.
Whatever.
You're towing the Land Rover, or you're using the Land Rover to tow the stagecoach?
We're using the Land Rover to tow the stagecoach, even though the stagecoach is doing the driving.
Fair enough.
Oh, should we blow up the facility we're leaving? Just for old time's sake.
They'll know right where we were then. I set it on a delay.
Okay.
How long of a delay?
7 hours.
7 hours. All right.
Did you cue it up to the end of the Titanic song? Near, far,
Jurassic Park.
where? Oh, that's even better.
Patrick has good taste. All right, fast forwarding ahead, you are outside of this
We're all wearing gray coveralls.
secure government facility.
Mm-hmm.
It is most definitely still on lockdown, but there are a lot of vehicles missing from the parking lot that were there the last time you were here.
All right.
Well, see, hopefully that helped.
So, it'll do. So, here's the question. Do I have to be able to see someone to jump them?
You do have to have physical sight of the person.
Can I do that remotely, electronically? Like if you were to hack into their...
You've never tried.
Let's give this a try. See if you can get on some internal security cameras.
It is a closed system, so you're going to have to get in.
Damn it, that's right.
There is no exterior access to any of their computers, air, water, and it's all, they have their own backup generators. It is entirely a sealed unit, as though someone planned ahead for this sort of thing.
Funny how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody close who looks like they're in a uniform you could body hop into and bring us up in
That's a
with?
good question. Is there anyone outside?
There are 2 guys in MP uniforms standing right at the front doors of the facility.
Is there anyone on their own? Or are they all in pairs?
Those are the only 2 people you see here. There would be a lot more, but most of them have left.
So we only see 2 people.
And the exterior of the facility,
The
yes.
exterior of the facility. All right.
All right. You just need one of them, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll be right back. I stripped down to nothing, and go streaking right in front of those guys and just running by the building.
It's the simple things in life you cherish.
Tell them middle fingers. Hey!
Both of them, one of them pulls a radio and says something into it. You can't quite catch it because they're far away. One of them moves over, but so he's right in front of the doors. As the second one takes off in full pursuit, holding his radio, chasing after.
All too easy. Doors.
Now, in reality, I run around the corner of the building and stay right at that corner so I can clothesline the guy when he comes around.
Give me a fighting check, and I'm going to let you get a +4 bonus for getting the drop on him, as he's totally unaware that the naked man is waiting around the corner for him.
That's just bad military police work.
But
4-point bonus.
yeah, I can take it, and I'm using a meta search.
All right, a meta search from the store is used. So what's that give your total result to?
I beat it by 4 at that point.
Beat it by 4. You connect solidly with him, and he is out like a light.
All right, so kid.
And I am dressed like a guard.
So while I'm looking at that guy, so kid, you ever used chloroform before? I'm gonna pop sleeves here, so you knock me out the moment I'm gone. You ready? Cool. All right, here we go.
Just before you jumped into him, he was in the middle of radioing that a 30-ish man just streaked by. We're gonna go check it out.
Go
What
check
he
it
was
out.
radioing in.
Okay, so comes up and says, "Oh, hang on, no, it's the stupid kids from the university there."
All right.
Is it March Madness? Is that these guys are way lost?
Roger that. Report any suspicious activity.
Hey, who do you have in your brackets? Where do you have Virginia? Sorry, I'll keep this line free.
That's Nick Krieger all the way. Oh, go ahead and roll a body check for this individual to see how long it takes him to go under.
Oh, not long.
Oh, yeah. The chloroform kicks in right away.
Just getting suffocated by a 16-year-old kid in a
breath
random
smell like
parking
chloroform
lot
to you?
you've never seen before.
It's willful on his part, so he's kind of breathing it in. It's pretty difficult for him, and he drifts off to sleep just as you jump back into your own body.
Well, I mean, it helps that I was awake for 52 hours straight too.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry I killed your coworkers. Please don't be mad.
I come
And I
back
toss him in
around
the bush.
whistling the theme song to Andy Griffith.
Are you dressed yet, or still naked?
Oh, I'm dressed.
We left your clothes back where?
That's fine. I'm not wearing my clothes.
He's wearing the. So now there was a naked MP around the corner.
Did you kill him? Or is he just out?
He's just taking a little nap. And, I mean...
You took his radio, right?
Yeah, I'm putting it right here.
Is
I
that
gave him a
blood up?
nice little...
Did you bring the rest of the chloroform?
Yeah, I got the chloroform.
Go, knock him out. Even
You had
further.
chloroform and you didn't tell me?
He gave it to me.
You made a stupid pun while I was trying to tell you about Hero.
You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You deserve that, Finn.
If I just leave the rag, will that kill him?
It could. Don't.
I'm not gonna do it. I've killed too many people today. Or ever. At all, really.
The other guy, the other MP is
You say that
sleeping
now.
off at Demerol hangover. He'll be fine in a while.
All right, so let's key card our way in and...
Oh, the front doors actually have a physical traditional lock on them.
Mother, son of a...
But there is a set of
Hey,
keys
hey,
hanging
hey.
on the belt of the man you just knocked unconscious.
It's on a lanyard.
This is old school. Stop playing with the lanyard.
There are only 2 keys on it.
Okay.
I'm almost there.
Finn,
Open it, let go, and it comes back.
Finn, and I'm spelling that D-I-O-N-N for some
Ah,
reason.
yeah, the correct
Would you
spelling.
just unlock the damn door, please?
Do we want to get my story straight before we go in there?
Don't make me shit your pants.
The foyer is empty.
I'd like to see you not do that. Damn it.
Okay.
The both of you have been in this facility a few times. This is a kind of an office entry area. Usually off to the left would have been General Jackson's personal office.
Okay.
And there's a briefing room that would be attached on the side of that. And there'd be a guard
his
barracks
office
here.
is still there, though, right?
There's all the stuff's still there, but there's no lights on as you
Right,
open this door on
We
this
should
floor.
snag a couple of those cigars, you know.
Not a single light on this floor as you come in.
All right.
It's dark and it's quiet.
Let's, following the schematics, see if we can find the down to sub-basement 2.
From the schematics you had, when previously you all thought there was only a single sub-level to this facility. from the schematics he was able to get his hands on with his incredible hacking skills, is in the second sublevel there is a restricted access elevator that goes down to the lowest floor.
There we go.
But apparently only General Jackson had access to it previously.
Let's go get your cigars.
Yes! What do you want about just like the head of Shakespeare that comes up and you hit a button and we slide down on poles?
That'd be good. That'd be very James Bond.
Batman!
Well, again, from the
Very Batman.
from the what you have the schematics, you have to be in the sub-level 1 to reach sub-level 2. There's a restricted
Only way you're
access
getting
there.
to sub-level 1 is by getting to sub-level 2. So we have to go down to sub-level 1.
You have to go down to 1 to get to 2. It is as though there are 2 separate access points kept independently for that very reason.
Okay.
Weird.
Like someone was going out of their way to really hide the second sub-level. of this
Cyborg
facility.
storage is on 2.
There's to be
housewares.
And from your previous experience, sub-level 1 is almost entirely was Jem's lab, where all the scientists would work on all the strange things that were from our
Get back to work, scientist.
It's got a riding.
But this opening floor where you did spend a tremendous amount of time, rather than being active as it was previously, is just seemingly empty. All the lights are off.
security. Figure out why, or if it's just a matter of it's actually being abandoned, or if we've stumbled
go
into
ahead
a trap.
and give
or
me a
something.
covert operations check.
Covert operations. That's a 9 out of, yeah, I beat it by 6.
You're fairly certain that there would be a lot more security staff, but they have vacated. And there's a lot of dirty coffee cups in the mess area. It was like the people were here, and then they all took off in a hurry. Probably over the course of about 7 hours, it looks like.
That guy left a foil Charizard on the coffee table.
Oh, that is worth a few
They
bucks
left
there.
early.
I could get a bunch of blow for that.
Nope.
So let's continue. So are we going back to Jackson's office to try to find the keys that would let us into sub-basement 2?
It's possible. You're not really sure how you access that, other than you must be on sub-level 1 to reach 2.
Should we go to sub-level 1 first, or do we want to try and hit the general's office and see if
Let's see if there's anything in the general's office.
All right, we're up here anyway.
His office has been thoroughly sacked, and nobody took the time to put anything back through. They dug through his desk, through his files. His computer is gone.
What about the picture frame of his kids?
Still there.
He's a father. I'm flipping it open. I'm going to see if there's anything in there.
There is a safety deposit box key.
How do you do that?
Well, I've recently become a father.
Is that me?
You even recognize it.
Wolf.
From the bank? Or from what bank?
No, it's from Nevada, from one of the train stations that's still active. there. Really weird.
I know where we're heading next, at least. Road trip.
Foreshadowing.
You know what we're going to need? A Winnebago.
He's really sad about the Winnebago. He does not stop talking about it.
She was my life. Don't forget that.
Like a third arm.
We're going to stand here mourning your Winnebago, or are we going to go free our friend?
Oh, I spent enough time crying over the Winnebago.
Let's go do some crimes.
Good boy. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I like the enthusiasm.
You make your way through the first floor to the elevator that reaches the sub-level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, in the past, there have been guards present here.
Yeah,
There's not a single soul on this floor.
this is creeping me out a little bit.
In fact, not even the little light indicator lights on the security cameras are on. They're just sitting there, as though dormant.
There is a
Shut off.
non-zero chance that we are basically walking into our own trap.
Do you know if there's some kind of like security point down here where they would have some kind of connection to the cameras on this subfloor?
I want you to find a computer and see if there actually is a fucking sub-level 2 here, or if that's not just a ghost they put on a schematic.
This whole floor, everywhere there was a computer, has been removed. There's all the access points where they had them in, but it looks like someone ripped them all out.
Can you plug into those and get the same information without alerting anyone to our presence?
Got a few adapters. Let's see what I can do.
Be careful. Please.
Give me a computers check. And before
Said
you roll,
Patrick
if
for
you
the
wish
first
to
time
use your
ever.
buff, let me know ahead of time. Don't do it before you roll.
That's a DM hint.
Which?
That's the buff in the store, laser focus, which means a success counts as an automatic critical success.
Ah, yes, this one. Thank you. It's my first time, kid.
So are we? Let me
Yes.
know.
No, I'm gonna use it. This is
All
spooky.
right.
There might be rogue, possibly artificial, definitely intelligences, and I got two twos.
4 out of what's that computer score you have?
Oh, 18.
So that's a +6. So that's actually a 20.
That is a what we would call a double critical success. There are a host of security measures and safeguards put in place to be triggered if someone were to access them. And not only is there a sub-level 2, but John Stone is being held in an isolation chamber in a containment unit on sub-level 2, pending extradition.
Is that they take your meta body and kick it off of the?
That's what I'm
still
thinking.
figuring out how this works. Maybe
That's
they
what
just.
I'm thinking. They're either going to kick out his pilot, or they're going to. I don't want to know what it is that they're actually going to do.
You don't have a body. What happens?
Great,
if-
so we grab him now.
We have to find some way to bypass these triggers.
Right.
Indeed.
With that double critical success, you have also deactivated the security protocols that would go into place if that elevator goes down to sub-level 1. So you will be able to access sub-level 1 now without triggering a single alarm or notifying anyone of your presence, because that's a double critical success, and those just don't even happen on Metaverse.
Beautiful.
Pays to be a big nerd.
Yes, it does.
Yeehaw. Well, we should be clear at least up until we get down to sub-level 1.
The kid who Jason Voorhees kills first is correct.
You know, I hadn't pegged the same thing. It's crazy.
I haven't.
I don't die till the second read.
It's an old person reference. It's all right.
You
No,
have
I just-
also deactivated the required retina scan to activate the elevator, which goes from this floor to sub-level 1.
That's
Good.
I mean,
Good.
I did have a way to get past that.
That
It's
would
a
take-
little squeamish.
It would
I'm
take
glad I
time.
don't have to.
I'm glad you don't have to also.
It just gets everywhere.
Every time.
Everywhere. Unless you have a ballpoint pen, you can, it's just. Basically, a grapefruit spoon and a ballpoint pen is all you need for that.
I'm walking to the elevator.
So with
I
the
don't-
grapefruit spoon, you can get behind it. You
I can
sever
do
the
it with
nerve.
just a spoon.
Having a very uncomfortable conversation for you.
Elevators over here.
Got it. Here we go.
You can
The
put it back.
elevator remains unlit because he is not, he hasn't triggered any of the security protocols that would come into play. As it opens, you can hear the sounds of machinery. It seems like the voices, people are working on things. As you previously visited, almost all of sub-level 1 is devoted to what was once Jeb's lab, and it seems as though it is still some kind of lab. It's been cleared out.
Pod pieces everywhere.
It's been cleared out from most of the things you saw previously, and it looks like some sort of massive devices under construction here. There are 6 guards present, but they look pretty bored with their duties. And there's a team of 4 technicians that are working under the command of another technician. They're all assembling these strange devices. The one who's giving them the orders has that kind of weird outline that you can see, Nick.
Is it Roberts?
No, but he's definitely being piloted. Giant circle that would sit on the ground.
Stargates.
12 meters
They're making
wide.
stargates. They're making stargates. Look.
And
It's
across this lab, a bunch of walls have been ripped down, and where there was once a concealed elevator is a quite visible elevator on the far side of the room.
Where would that go based on our reading of the schematic?
That elevator across the room is would have been the hidden elevator to sub-level 2, but it seems they've ripped out a lot of walls to make room for building this thing that they're working on.
So this thing,
Stargate.
have I ever seen anything like this?
Never.
Do I recognize any of the parts that are involved? In what ways does it resemble a metapod?
Not a tremendous amount, but looking at your experience with some of the most cutting-edge, high-tech machinery, this is beyond anything you have ever seen. These guys are building something that is beyond the level of even the brightest minds in Silicon Valley. It is future tech.
The limit of metaverse things right now is you can send the consciousness, but you can't send anything physically, I believe.
So if they had, like, say, I don't know,
A
a second
Stargate?
Stargate, for example, they could just come right through.
You can literally extradite. You could literally not just boot the pilot out, you could send the body. It's an extrapolation, but I don't know what the hell that is. And I've seen stuff. I've done stuff. I've done stuff on stuff I previously saw that shouldn't have been doable, and then I did it. And then I saw that stuff, and I added it to the stuff that I'd seen. I'm fritzing out a bit here.
Normally that wouldn't make any sense, but I rode here today in a stagecoach, pulled by pretend horses.
A drunk stagecoach.
A drunk stagecoach. I did leave that part out, didn't I?
Named Reese.
Reese.
With a name, a people name.
Let's hope Reese doesn't come looking for more beer. See that fellow over there? I know you can't see it, but that is a pilot. That's
The
someone.
guy he's pointing seems to be
that
the
guy's
senior
an avatar.
technician.
Someone is in him right now. Him?
Him.
So the
someone's in him
head,
right now.
head technician
The head tech.
Could we just...
is one of them pilots.
I don't.
Can he fly, or does he have super strength, or
I don't know.
telepathy, or...
I can't read. It doesn't have a character sheet. I can't read it.
I don't know how it works, man.
You're the one with the sixth sense over here. Don't
Should
look
I
at
try?
us.
Okay. How? With what ease could you clear the room if I try to jump in there and it does not go well?
6 soldiers, 4 technicians, and a meta pilot. Yeah, fine. I got that. There's 6 of them. They're not ready for me.
All right.
I mean, just tell me when to go.
So tell me what you're about to attempt to do here.
I am going to drop kick the other pilot out of the avatar.
Go into a little detail for me. What do you mean exactly by
I'm
drop?
going to body jump in, and I'm going to knock him away from the motor controls of the body. I'm going to try to imprison him in the amygdala, where he can scream and rant as much as he wants to, and the body might get angry, but he's not going to have controls. I'm going to sever the strings of the marionette.
You're just going to do what we did with the bunker, but with a dude.
All right, will you roll against your soul score, please?
Oh, Nick's soul. Here we go. It's a 14. I'm going to re-roll it again with my other cuddly teddy bear bonus.
Cuddly teddy bear getting a +4 bonus to this, making it a 1.
That is a much
Making it
better
a
roll.
1, so I beat it by 9.
Because it's down to a 1, and even though the differential is not 10, I'm going to count it as a critical success. This is not a possible thing to accomplish. However, on any success, or anything short of a critical success, you would have bounced back into your own body and not been in control of your own body, as the original person would have resurfaced in this time. But because of your critical success, it is like leaping out, hitting a brick wall, and then bouncing right back into the controls. And he seems to be completely oblivious of your attempt to do so.
I just crapped my pants.
Not
Better than mine, I suppose.
So I bounced. Here's the thing. So a few things. One, I should not have tried to do that. Second, I should not have tried to do that without warning you that if I did that, this guy wakes up. So sorry, my bad.
You're good. I had the chloroform out anyway.
Do you remember who this guy is?
Stevens.
Stevens.
Yeah.
Stevens. So also, I basically trampolined out of that. I shouldn't have been able to get in there. I bounced right back. They don't know that I tried to do that, though. So I think there's only room for 1.
Okay, let's try it a different way.
I'm going to start taking notes.
Your way includes...
Threading a
Okay.
silencer onto a weapon.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a shooting test, and then let's roll initiative.
Nothing
Everyone.
wrong with the classes.
Maybe guns work. We don't know.
All right, dice tray. That's why I don't use you.
The USP shall decide.
Oh, that's not
Go ahead,
bad.
give me
That's
that
the same
shooting
thing.
Ooh, that is success by 6, which is more than enough
okay,
to
I
hit
did
him
worse.
as he is completely unaware and gets no dodge bonus.
Roll as high as you can on
And you hit him pretty well, dead center mass in the back. But rather than falling over, as most people tend to do when hit with a .45 caliber round to the back, he kind of just takes a knee. And let's hear those initiative scores for me, please, guys.
23.
23 for
20.
Mac,
20.
20 for Nick,
21.
21 for
Wait, 17 plus 4.
Patrick.
Yes, 21.
And I'm going to have a 14 for my guards. And a 15 for the tech, who is a pilot. And I need to double check over my shoulder that there is one in the store. There is one in the store. You know what I want you guys to do? I want a rule of cool.
Excellent.
This is Masters of the Metaverse on Zombie Orpheus Entertainment. The Metaverse is real, and members of a secret government task force have found themselves on the run from their own agency, trying to stop an invasion from another world that they know next to nothing about. And we're doing what we call a rule of cool, where they're going to attempt to do the most fantastic, physics-defying, impossible things, and you, the viewer, are going to decide who succeeds and who has to try anyway at a horrible penalty. Now, because we do these in reverse initiative order, I'm going to need to hear from you first, Nick. What is your do anything, accomplish anything move in this circumstance?
I'm going to jump into John Stone and activate my boosted ability, Phantom Syndrome, which increases all of my skills to 20 for one turn. And I'm going to Junior Birdman bust my way out of his prison cell.
You can't see John Stone.
I'm going to...
You're going to do it defying those rules. Okay. All right. Go over it one more time again for our viewers at home then.
All right. I am going to... Normally I have to see someone to be able to jump into them. I'm going to guess where John Stone is. I keep wanting to say Jon Snow. And I'm going to leap for where he is, infuse him with my best boosted ability, which makes all my skills 20, which would basically Superman me for a while, and then bust out of whatever containment he's in.
That's quite the bold move there. How about yourself, Patrick? What is your do anything? In this moment, I'm really curious.
For me, I really want to keep. I want to make sure that these people here, especially this pilot fellow, who I just shot in the back with 45 ACP, and he just took a knee.
He took a knee.
I would like to make sure that he is not going to catch on fire in any way by catching him on fire. Let me explain. There are, as we all know, a sprinkler system, especially here in the lab area, that is there to put out any chemical fires, electrical fires, anything the Jed might be working on. Well, I, having just a slight bit of foresight during my tenure here, thought it would be hilarious to replace one of the tanks with just some basic kerosene and hairspray.
You win.
That's pretty good.
So I am going to make sure that nobody catches on fire. I'm going to pull the little fire alarm right over the area that they're standing in, and I'm going to, take this moment to take up smoking again.
You've outdone yourself, Saoirse.
Got the cigars.
I'm not sure that's what James Taylor had in mind when he wrote that song, but
hey, goodness gracious.
Fire rain, I guess. Okay, wow. I can't really knock that. And last, we will go to Mac. What is your
Rain of
do
Fire 2.
anything? Rain of Fire 2.
Rain of Fire 2.
I would like to use the
fire
chloroform that I
ring.
was given previously to grab one of the technicians as they walk away from the main staging area, quickly put on whatever coat and top part of their uniform they have going, go over to the Stargates, and using what knowledge I have and being able to figure it out with what bits and pieces of metaphysics I've put together, route it so the next time they do a routine pulse of power to make sure things are linking through correctly, it feeds back through into the system and implodes.
Don't vote for me. I want to see one of these two.
Imploding rings. There you have it, folks. I want to hear a vote on you from that rule of cool. While they do that, let's recap what we've covered in the episode so far for the viewers at home.
Indeed.
Well, let's start. Patrick, what have we learned today so far?
Well, today what we have learned is that the group that was put together by the government to kind of search out all the metaverse-y stuff that was happening has suddenly been shut down and all of its members kidnapped, with the exception of Patrick, his young protege, Mac, and John Stone, who's been taken prisoner in the very facility that we were stationed in. Patrick, in an act of desperation, gets a hold of his old friend, Nick Krieger.
I'm standing right here.
It's not your face.
Because he has no idea what's going on, and he knows that Nick's into the whole pilot thing and is one of those pilot people. And now they have gone through a couple of car chases and are now attempting to rescue John Stone from said facility.
Nick, anything you want to add to that?
That pretty much covers it.
We know there's a group of pretty much the rest of the meta pilots who have gone missing. Were last seen at Jawbridge, Nevada. We know they're downloading a bunch of information on the meta pilot organization off of our cyborg friend that you mentioned. And also, you cannot have more than one pilot personality in the same avatar, apparently.
Oh, and we suspect that the President of the United States is a pilot from another reality, screwing things up here.
Using our president as an avatar. Weirdly.
Insidious.
Insidious.
Oh, heck, it's Insidious too.
I don't even know what one they're on in that.
I don't
franchise.
either. I'm just pretty sure the second one had a bigger budget.
Also, robot carriages don't get hangovers.
We learned that too. Also, we also learned there are robot carriages named Reese.
I also just recently learned about robot carriages. This nice little whiteboard told me about robot carriages.
Who likes to drink as much as Patrick likes drugs.
I think we actually hit that note pretty
Patrick
hard.
doesn't like drugs. He loves them. And he needs them.
All right, we have a winner. Patrick, turn on the fire sprinkler. But that does mean that everyone else still has to attempt to do their actions at a penalty of 5. So let's go ahead and start with Mac.
Funny thing, doesn't matter what I roll because I've got that boost left. So I'm going to use my Hearts of Gold to feel Maddox's inspiration flow through me and automatically treat a failed skill check as a critical success.
You sweet.
You got out of a rule of cool.
Can we go ahead and read that entire boosted ability for our audience at home that you just used? That they gave you, by the way, so make sure.
Thanks.
Thank you, chat.
You're doing me a solid. Boosted ability, Hearts of Gold. Inspired by his sister, Mac treats a failed skill check as a critical success instead. Simple, but effective.
Wow.
I'm calling mine anything you can do, I can do hotter.
That's quite the callback to. And over to Nick at attempting a
good luck,
-5. That's going to be a soul test on the jump.
Soul test at a -5. Can I still use my Phantom Syndrome boosted ability?
You have nothing preventing you from using your Phantom Syndrome.
All right,
boosted
boom.
ability.
So that means that my soul is 20 for this roll.
That is correct. Still at a -5.
At -5, so it's 15. I beat it by 7.
For a brief moment, you jump into the physical remains of John Stone. And the first thing you find is that there's about 15% biological material left. Most of it is gray matter. And you have zero access to any of the computers that are on there. Everything seems to be shut down. John is very much in there. You briefly share his memory. He's trapped. He does not want to be in here. He's being held against his will. And the only thing that has been keeping him sane is there is an artificial intelligence entity inside of his body with him that has been trying to help him stay sane as well.
At the speed of thought, I give him the schematics of the building, including the second lower basement. I give him our positions. I give him who's here. I give him the information. I share with him the slofies. I share with him, I make him laugh. I
tell him to get to the hottest spot on the map.
And I tell him
Did you just give John Stone hope, Nick?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Hey, did we all succeed?
Wow.
Well, I haven't gone yet, but I won.
And now yours is an automatic critical success. So I want you to describe in detail how this goes down.
In addition to the critical success happening, I am going to be using Boom.
Tell me what Boom is.
I double the damage and burst area of any explosive device.
And is Boom your boosted ability?
It is. Which
Thank
is
you,
why
Chad.
I'm using it. Thank you very much, Chad. You guys, you're the best. Love you.
This is bourbon, by the way.
Wow. We have essentially 3 critical successes on rules of Boom.
I'm melting me a meta pilot.
Season premiere.
So yes, that is quad damage. That is correct.
That is quad damage. It is so much that those technicians, you're not able to disguise yourself as this guy and get to him the core form because he's incinerated. But you are able to perfectly wire this explosive device and somehow use his body as a form of human shield to not be incinerated yourself.
Human heat shield.
These are probably the same bastards that took apart Opal, as far as I'm concerned. I don't have a lot of love for them. So I am singing, You've Got the Touch from the Transformers movie as I am raining actual fire down upon them. You got the power!
Patrick, thank you.
In a brief second, the entire room is charred, and there are bits of what were human remains there, including the pilot that took a knee. The body is there. There is no wispy form or any other indication that there is still a pilot there, or much of anything beyond his shoes.
Well, I'm still going to give that bit a good kick, just in case.
What shoe size?
Right in the truck nuts.
9.
I'll take them. That seems right.
With a pair of truck nuts that I have on a chain now.
But this does still set off the fire alarm for the facility, even though you did wire it to release the lovely kerosene. The alarms themselves do go off.
Smoke detector still work. That's good.
Oh, yes. The entire room is blackened and burnt.
Was I able to get a sense of where John was in relation to our current position?
Almost right below you,
Okay.
but about
Patrick?
18 feet down.
John's 18 feet that way.
From your schematics, there's quite a bit of steel and concrete between you and him.
A lot of steel and concrete, rebar, mesh.
Well,
How much thermite do we have in the go bag?
I'm
The
so
facility was
glad.
meant to withstand airstrikes.
Okay.
I am so glad that you asked me that question. Thermite was exactly what we were looking for. This boy.
Well,
Oh, I love you
John's
dearly.
So now John's in a bad place. Like they've taken most of his brain. Is that what I was getting, or that there's only 15% of his brain left?
They
In his
are.
body.
In his
He
body,
seems to be
okay.
locked out of the electronic systems of his own body.
Okay, I
Well,
share that
we will
with him.
jumpstart that just as soon as we get there.
There's some sort of AI governor that's
Well,
keeping him.
luckily, once you pop, the fun don't stop. So I have just as much thermite as I need to get through that 18 feet of steel and concrete.
That would be the Pringles buff. There we go. Patrick using his buff from the store. He has on hand enough thermite to get through 18 feet because Patrick just likes to carry explosive things around, including multiple
Thermite
pounds
and
of
white
thermite.
phos are kind of his favorites anyway.
We've got a go bag.
We've got a go.
I still will require a demolitions test. Setting off.
Can I make an assist on this?
Absolutely, you can.
Demolitions. 11.
I succeed by many. Where's my number? I'm looking at it.
6. He succeeded by more than you did.
I succeed by
Well,
this
I'm
many.
just helping you succeed.
Succeed by
and I
7?
just succeed by over 7.
I'm only making a demolitions roll to appreciate
succeed by
what they're
8.
doing, and I succeed by 5.
You know what true art looks like.
It is masterful. It will take about a minute for it to burn all the way through, even with this massive quantity.
We're not
of
expecting
thermite.
magic. We're not meta pilots, mate.
Dick, I want to check for space guns or space knives or space tools that these space
You
technicians
can't
have.
look everywhere for space weapons. We have talked about this.
The only thing that really sticks out to you is this weird device that you just rewired to explode. It's beyond any technology you have ever seen. It looks like something off the set of Star Trek.
Let's take some of that.
I love you. Okay.
We can at least take the schematics off the computer. They're
Actually-
all building it off of something.
Hey, Reese.
That's my
Yeah.
guy.
How'd you like 200 gallons of super hoppy, smells like orange peel and soap IPA?
Where's it at? I'm on my way.
Oh, so meet us around, and I'll give them the coordinates for that. We might need your help carrying something. Can you fit into this building?
I will find a way.
Crawl.
There, we'll get him to carry the pad
Yeah,
out.
we do all have to agree not to turn this on until we're in a safe place, because that's still going to blow up.
Okay, that's true.
We could get taken out. This could get taken back. And if
Well,
that
each of these
happens,
sections is pretty large. You could just grab some parts on hand.
That's what I'm
relatively
thinking.
quite
yeah,
easily.
grab that.
Okay.
Go on to whatever looks like the most important terminal. Try and grab like whatever schematics. They
Wear
have for
gloves.
building
It's
this thing.
hot.
It's thermite.
Several other alarms are triggered as this thermite is burning through.
Give me the alarms. Those are cute.
And the floor shakes a little for about 10 seconds or so, about 45 seconds into the thermite burning. And then the hole pops open and you can see a floor down below of an empty room.
Empty.
Did they move him?
Well, you can only see the hole, about a manhole size.
All right, toss a flashlight down there.
Again, you can, looking down a man-sized hole, but about 18 feet down. So you have about
That
18
worked.
feet of
We have
A
road-
tunnel,
That
right?
worked
You
better
have like
in
about
my
an
head.
18-foot
that
vertical
makes sense.
tunnel
Yeah, if it
down
was
into
just
a
hole,
room.
we'd be able to see a lot, but that tunnel.
Okay.
But there's definitely a room down there, and somehow the lighting systems are still on down there. It's a lit room.
We've got
Just-
explosives.
There's not a John Stone right there underneath you.
We've
Roll.
got road flares. in the go-to explosives shenanigans.
Give me one of the phones and the laptop, and I'll head down.
Fine. Go on ahead.
Give me an athletics test on the climb down.
Yep. Do I get some bonus for rope?
Yes, you get a 4-point bonus for rope.
I'll take up a position
I'll
where we
leave
came in,
So I
defensive.
beat it by 5.
You buy 5. The elevator is on its way down.
Oh, good.
Well, 9 if you count the rope.
You want
I
to
will count the rope. You reach the bottom, and just as you're dismounting from the rope, at the far end of the hallway, some doors are starting to close, and you can see that Agent Roberts is in there, and he's really easily hauling this coffin-sized large metal object with one hand behind him as the doors close.
Oh, he's much faster than we are. I guess I'll climb back up. He has to go up the elevator. We don't.
We know where that
He's
is.
coming up the elevator. It's the only way out.
All right.
Okay.
Nope, it was the only way out. I'm blowing the elevator.
Before they get on the elevator, otherwise we're going to kill our robot friend.
Robot
He is
won't
on
die.
the elevator.
Robot won't die.
Win-win. I don't want to pay
I don't
for
know
200
if you-
gallons of IPA.
That was your choice.
Funny thing is
Stevens-
that elevator he was climbing doesn't line up with the one that's supposed to access sub-level 2.
Oh, okay. Never mind. He has a magic way out.
So
Probably goes-
do we follow or do we fight our way out?
I mean, we can't really follow. We closed the door behind him. How will we ever get through it?
Patrick Leibowitz O'Kelly, did you just profess inability to open a door?
No. I'm sorry. It's a door. We can open it. No problem. It's just a fucking door.
Oh, okay.
Say Star
For a
Wars,
second
man.
there,
If it's a blast door, I can still. I just ate through 18 feet of
that's
concrete
what I was
and steel.
thinking.
I'm not really worried.
You have a
about
very
it.
dry delivery. All right.
Yeah, sorry. It's unintentional sarcasm.
In seconds, that elevator from the first floor is going to be on
Okay,
this
so here's
floor
what I'm
with you.
going to do. I'm going to position the shotgun under my chin. The moment it opens, I leap into one of the soldiers while pulling the trigger.
Brilliant.
That should distract them long enough for once I'm in the other person's body to pull several pins from grenades and hug everyone.
Thick suck.
I suppose.
I mean, the cyborg will be fine.
He's on a whole other elevator.
Exactly.
Wow, that's very dramatic. Wow. This is why Nick Krieger is on the show.
You
guys.
gave me time. It's like giving Russell Wilson a cover zero.
That's a sports ball reference. It's lost on me.
I got you.
Go
I'll take a soul roll from you on your jumping.
Is it still the same round?
You are still in the same round. I'll
So I
still give
have
you at a 20
So
for
I'm
this
still at a
one.
20, so I beat that by 12.
You are able to perfectly time your jump. So you're able to watch the very disturbing explosion of the head you were just in
Sorry,
moments
Stevens.
ago. Yeah, Stevens' head is now pieces.
You don't care about these people at all.
Scattered around the room. You're going to pull the pins and the grains of everyone in that elevator?
I only need a few. It's a pull and hug while they're distracted by their friend committing suicide.
And then where do you intend to go after that is my question.
Hug them and fall down.
With your own body being destroyed in the process of this.
You know, I actually hadn't thought about that.
Okay, I'm curious about that.
Worst case scenario, you hop into one of us.
Kid, I need a ride.
Okay.
That's what I was waiting for.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then I will take one more soul roll from you, as they are completely distracted. They are unable to do a thing
I beat it
before
by
these
9.
grenades go off. A couple of them start seeing him to bring rifles up, but by the time they're pointing, you are now in control of Mac. Possibly, Mac, will you go ahead and make a soul roll yourself? We'll see who's in the driver's seat. You are not weak-minded.
It's true. I got a 12 though.
What is the soul of
it's a
Mac?
-4. So it's not good.
Lost by 4. What was your margin of success?
9.
9. You definitely are in the driver's seat of Mac.
Hey,
But it was a struggle.
Have fun with those sensory problems.
You are strong. Sorry about taking over like that. There was a lot of.
But at
planning
least
in here.
this way, he doesn't have to see
You're
what you
good.
see, which is what happens inside the elevator when those grenades detonate.
Okay.
It's messy.
I play Fuzzy Fuzzy Cute Cute on a loop in my head while getting him out of there.
Going down the hole that Patrick went down?
Oh, yeah.
Or no? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Can we talk?
Absolutely.
I'm.
It's just
cognizant right
you're surrounded in darkness as far as you know.
Fuzzy Fuzzy Cute Cute.
You
fuzzy, fuzzy,
hear what
cute,
he
cute,
wants you to hear.
fuzzy,
And,
fuzzy, cute,
yeah, in
cute,
this case, it's fuzzy, fuzzy, cute, cute.
Nick, if you don't stop that right now.
Hashtag hack attack. Jesus H. Crispins. I think this is the worst thing.
Will you give me a notice check as Mac climbs down after you?
I missed it.
You're a little focused on finding a way into the elevator to notice that Mac isn't behaving like himself as he gets down to the bottom of the rope.
I'm so ashamed of myself right now.
That's all right. But, you have hacked your way into an almost impossible to hack in. It looks like an emergency elevator that was set up, and whoever activated it used Colonel Jackson's retina scan to activate it.
Grapefruit spoon and a pen.
It'll do.
Really? Okay.
General Jackson, excuse me.
As far as getting through it again, I'm just going to replicate the last.
Can I take a computer's roll from you?
No. Or 2.
2 in your case, because 2 out of 3 ain't bad for Patrick.
You had a reroll.
He actually rolls twice on all computers
Okay.
checks.
So, beat it by 6.
That is more than enough that you are able to hack into the system. It was apparently basically a bug-out elevator designed by General Jackson to escape. And the previous person, this Agent Roberts, very absolutely used a retinal scan of General Jackson to open it. I'll let you think of the details involved in that.
I've been over how this is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the grapefruit spoon. We've got the pens.
He probably learned it from Jackson.
And this elevator skyrockets up to the surface fairly quickly, and what would have been a small utility building, that the floor was not designed for this elevator except to burst through it. But the ride for you isn't as rough as it was for the previous occupant because it had already blown through the roof. And as you exit this utility elevator, a very large box truck is starting to pull out of the parking lot and drive away. But right there, off to your left, about to crawl into the very main building itself, is a transformed Reese, the stagecoach. Seems to be trying to figure out how to get through the doors.
Reese, there goes your beer!
Fuck it, jump into Reese.
Reese is not a person.
So, neither was John Stone.
He has no biological parts.
He drank 60 gallons of beer.
He's like,
Don't ask me, he's a hack
yeast.
attack.
Okay, fair enough.
But Reese, there goes your beer, does quite register with him, and in a split second, without the trademark sound, he transforms into the stagecoach.
All right.
So,
It's just played backwards.
I like that. It sounds like that sound, but backwards. Yes.
Isn't that just when they... Never mind. I don't remember.
Don't.
I didn't watch a lot
Just-
of kids. Yeah. I'm done.
okay, I'm feeling really bad about taking the kid's body, so I need...
There is an unconscious, 2 unconscious soldiers nearby.
probably
One of them is
Naked.
naked, and the other one was drugged.
What, beyond the grounds, what is the terrain?
Pretty open grass and landscaped.
I'll take a rabbit. Yeah.
You have yourself a rabbit.
All right. Bing, 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 bing.
All right, everyone, I need you to...
So a rabbit,
temporary.
Mac, and Patrick are in a stagecoach. Just want to get this right. In a stagecoach with holographic horses in pursuit of a box truck down a roadway.
Oh, I'm
With a cyborg and a metapilot in it.
getting the big gun back out.
Ginger.
No.
All right. Let's go ahead and make a quick initiative roll to see who's going to be faster on the draw here.
22.
Oof.
18.
Even with a good bonus, I have a 13 for our escaping Agent Roberts.
8. This is a slow-ass rabbit.
Yes, it is a slow rabbit.
18.
18. Believe that put you first, Patrick?
All right.
There it is. There's your numbers. Fact check me all you like.
All right, Patrick. This Reese is really fast, and a box truck is not quite fast. So you are on this vehicle in no time.
Yeah, I'd really like to quarter panel it. I mean, since we've got so much speed on it already, let's just...
All right, I will have you make a driving check or a persuasion check to convince Reese to do it. I'll allow you to do either score.
Okay, then I will happily do that. That is 11, and that beats it. My driving by 5.
That is enough. You hit the side of this box truck. and it
The horses
smashes.
go right through.
It smashes through. Those horses pass right through. It smashes through the back end of it, kind of sends it into a spin, where the back doors fly open. And though he continues accelerating away, as he does so, this coffin-like object falls right out of the back into the street.
Reese, your beer's in that.
In the most uncomfortable fashion while maintaining this high speed, he does that terrible thing where he transforms and you're flying in the air, grabs the coffin, transforms back, and the coffin is in the back of the stagecoach.
Sorry, my bad. I was wrong.
Oh, God.
I have been in too many people and had too many people in me today, and I don't like it.
Quote of the day. Quote of the day.
And then the box talks. Would you please let Mr. Stone out of here? He is very uncomfortable. And that's all the time we have for you for Masters of the Metaverse for this week. Here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment channel. I really want to thank all of you for joining us. I want to thank you, chat. You got us to Boosted. You'll help these guys out quite a bit on their dangerous adventure. But don't despair. We will be back next week with more adventures with this lovely cast. We'll be joined by John Stone for more insight and more mystery to unravel. I love you all. Thank you.
That was great, man. Thank
Good
you so
night.
much. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Master, they fly through dimensions. This isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters, masters of the metaverse. Masters, masters of the metaverse. Masters, masters of the metaverse. Masters, masters of the metaverse.